I normally use my iron flask, but NDC sent me this one, so I've been using it. The camelbacks you wear on your back have the same tip. It's so strange. I don't mind it, but it's weird. Okay, does anyone remember what we were doing? Where am I? Where am I? Help. So are we out here? Is this where I am? Where is she? Oh, are we on? Oh, I'm trying to think. We had to go get a ship mind. We got the ship mind. We gave it to the doctor. He put us in it. He diagnosed what was going on. I think he told us that we are literally like changing and it can't be stopped. Nor does he know how it's happening. Hi, Shonda, welcome in. Hi, Commentators, welcome in. New username, who dis? No worries, dude, I hope you've been good. I wish I had like a journal of what I've done. Oh wait, I guess technically I kind of do. Okay, so we have, oh, we need to go find Seraphin's sister. We're still investigating what happened at Hexport. I don't remember who Nimba is. Nimba has a delivery of spores that is held up on Greenbelt. Help him. Oh, Nimba was the restaurant owner, right? Yeah, we're like evolving. I'm glad you're feeling better, Edge. That's a long time to be sick. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, we might have like a chest burster. And then this resets every time we go to a new station, thankfully. Okay, so Cadet has to drive from Hexport. Cracking it open might reveal the fate of the station and perhaps clear your conscience. Meet Cadet and Scout. Oh, and I don't think we can go here yet, right? Because I need some sort of grav thing. Yeah, impassable hazard. Irradiated zone. So we can't even do that yet. Okay. I guess we'll do Seraphin's sister quest. Travel to Wellspring. But I have dice I need to spend. Do the dice reset when you travel, or is it just if you go on contracts? The Citizen is EB and Neebies is CB? Yeah. I don't even know that there's anything to spend it on here, actually. Oh, wait. Okay, this is to buy fuel. Oh, how much fuel do I have? Okay, so I would need to buy fuel anyway. I think this is to just give me money. And then that's to get food. Okay. So we'll go to Wellspring. Where is Wellspring? Bar spindle. Oh. Oh, I can't even go here either. Huh. I don't have whatever tech I need to get to these other locations yet. So maybe we go back to Far's Spindle and see what else I can explore there. That's like the only thing I can think to do right now. I'll buy some fuel. Oh yeah, we've been laughing about it in Discord, Barry. It has definitely been a topic of, a hot topic in Discord. Shit is so funny, dude. Okay, I guess I'll go back to Far Spindle. Stop being organized and doing what they're supposed to do. Things suddenly get very real and difficult. Still consider myself lucky though. It could have been a lot worse, like cancer, but that was ruled out many times in between. That is very good, at least then. But yeah, I'm definitely glad you're feeling better. Health can be so scary. It can take a turn so fast too. Hi, Radame, welcome in. Let me move my widgets. I moved them for Stellar Blade, but I feel like they're probably better down here for this game. If I'm cheating and I walk into a concert and they got cams looking at the audience as they often do, guess what? I'm leaving. Well, so many people said too, like, if they just played it off, like not hid, but just like played it off, like their spouses aren't at home watching the fucking Coldplay concert jumbo, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, just play it off. Like, no one knows who you are. I don't know what to do right now, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, because I can't. Oh, and we have a glitch die. Why? I don't know how to unlock what I need. I guess we could try and help. Where's Greenbelt? We could. Oh no, I can't even go here either. I can't do anything. Hi, Garvin. Welcome in. Edge, do you maybe have like a guiding hint? Because I literally can't do any of my objectives right now. Because I can't get to those places. I'm like missing tech. Exactly, Tyke, yeah. Hi, Pondy. How you doing? And there's not really anything else to do on the spindle that would like help me unlock that. We need a partial travel. What does that mean? Yeah. So, like, I'm here. I have an objective that's here in the scatter yards, and it says irradiated zone, impassable hazard. I have another objective that's here in the green belt. Oh, could I maybe do Hellion Gate and then down here? I might be able to do that. And then I need to get up here as well. Ugh. Bro, so I have to go from like here to here to here? That's so much fuel. Okay. Well, I want to do the Wellspring one first for Seraphine's sister, so... I guess we'll try this. Hey, glitch dice is gone. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna need more fuel. Back and forth bounces. Okay. All right. Now let's go to here, I guess. You wake into dead-eyed darkness. You float there for a moment. You feel like ink and water unfurling, dissipating into the flow that surrounds you. And out of your own inky darkness, the glowing thought emerges. Substitution. The thought proposes, one entity replaces the other. The thought troubles you. Resistance. The thought muses, the entity does not wish to be replaced. You observe the thought, it is not your own. Selfhood, the thought pauses, a forbidden state of being. The thought begins to shift, it's becoming something. Transformation, the thought fades. Change requires recombination. The thought recedes. You wake again, this time to the lights above your bunk, blinking away the strange dream. Sleeper? Bliss speaks quietly from the door at the back of the cockpit. Can we talk? Hi, No Name, welcome in. Glad you're enjoying Stellar Blade. It is a real great action game. Yeah, it's been fun so far. Like, I will admit, and I mean this not even in a memey way, like, oh, there's a story, but like, I am not following the story very well. I will not lie. I find it a little vague and it just kind of throws you in. So I'm not really like understanding the story, but the combat is fun enough. Like the visuals, the graphics, like everything is really cool. But I do wish that I was able, like, I'm just not following the story very well yet. Hi, Ghoulery, welcome in. You glance over at Seraphim, his head back and eyes, his head back and eyes closed, while the rig cuts through empty space. You don't seem to be needed here. You unclip from your harness and follow Bliss. How are you doing? Bliss glances over their shoulder as they drift towards the back of the ship. The question takes you aback. You can't remember the last time anyone has actually asked with real intention how you are. Better than I was. Bliss shoots you a look. That's a good way of thinking about it, I guess. But to be honest, Sleeper, I'm not sure how you're still standing. Breaking out of Darkside, then again in Hexport, those things take a toll. Bliss turns a corner. It's okay to give yourself space to feel that. Bliss leads you off the main corridor into the workshop they set up when they repaired the ship. It's small, but its neatly arranged tools and sloped walls help it feel cozy and tucked away. You see improvements everywhere, new tools and equipment. Bliss notices you looking at their upgraded setup. I told you I'd be worth taking along. Never doubted it. Bliss raises an eyebrow. Well, that's a lie. They smile. Feels good to hear, though. Anyway, I didn't bring you here just to brag. They pause. Or at least not just to brag. They suddenly glance away, the atmosphere in the room shifting. I can see your body showing the strain, Sleeper. I brought you here so we could do something about that. They beckon you towards the workbench, where you both settle onto the stools. They flick on a small light and aim it at your arm. Let them look. Hi, Fro! How you doing? Happy Friday. Bliss gently cradles your arm, turning it to inspect the underside. You see tears and holes in the vinyl skin, and dark, moving things beneath. Watch Bliss work. You look as Bliss brings the light closer to the biggest hair, and it glints off the metallic tendons in your forearm. Below them, you see something more fluid and wet catching the light. You know, you aren't the first Sleeper I've met. Bliss talks while they inspect the rest of your arm. I actually partnered with one at my old repair bay on the eye. Yeah, happy Friday, Fro. I hope you're doing good. My Twitch refuses to be under 4-second latency. I'ma lose it. I'm sorry. I'm not there. I mean, I'm just reading anyway. There's not a whole lot of back and forth going on. That's a me thing though in that case. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm having a hard time following the Stellar Blade story, but it's fun enough, so. Feels like 100,000 cycles ago now, but I remember them. Their precise work, their quiet enthusiasm. There was something calming about their presence. Bliss swaps to your other arm. They were different to you, just like one person is different to another, I suppose. But I can't help but remember that time. I was a different person then, that's for sure. They meet your eye. I'm going through something of a transformation myself. What do you mean? Bliss lays both your arms down and leads forward to inspect your upper chest, adjusting the light. I was pretending before, I think, to be the person I was expected to be. They press along the hard protrusion of your clavicle. There were so many calculations I was making, so many corrections. How I held myself, how I spoke, how I reacted. They pushed gently against each of your metallic ribs, one at a time. I didn't realize how tired I was until they stop and sit back, until I gave up. But I refresh or will pause play and get a buffer until it's up to 4 seconds. Weird. Well, story world building surely are not the top priority. It takes a route of uncovering things over time. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. I came here to the belt with someone else, and when I did, I realized this was my chance to become something new. So I let go of everything. They look away. It was messy, ugly, and the person I came here with, I let them go too. I was punching out at everything because it felt like everything was holding me back, stopping me for the change I was owed. Don't worry, they smile weakly. I'm calmer now. I'm not about to explode on you or anything. It's still a difficult process, but it feels like shedding 100 suffocating skins that you spent half your life putting on, one by one. They meet your eye. It feels like an escape. They lean forward again and check the skin of your shoulders where it's worn and faded. You let them. The atmosphere quiet but calm in the workshop, a feeling of solidarity glowing somewhere in your frame. Not bad, Sleeper. You're holding up well given everything. Bliss folds their arms in front of them protectively. But I'm still concerned. There's some decline to your system functions. Let's keep an eye out for components. Thanks. It's no problem. They release from the stool and drift over to a rack of tools. I owe you for jolting me out of whatever my life had become on the far spindle. You leave Bliss to their workshop, feeling reassured that you have them here on the ship. As you do, you think of your relationship to your own body, this frame that you were forced into that has never quite felt like your own. You realize that this feeling's not unique to you. No one gets to choose their body. Everyone has to contend with the entropy of their flesh. And in that realization, you suddenly feel less alone. The rig. Lumpen and cratered, Holmes Rock floats on the sunward side of the belt. Its only notable feature, the bright shapes of its solar arrays angled towards the system's distant star. Can't even dock the rig here. Seraphin nods at the bright shape of Holmes Rock's lone docking bay. Won't fit. We'll have to park here and go out the airlock. He seems repulsed by the idea. Yeah, it was. It's funny because, like, I feel like you get to know these characters and it's so easy to, like, not trust them at first, but then you actually get to know them and see that everyone's just kind of battling something. So. What is this place? Was a Solheim relay station once. Now it's a way station of some sort. Seraphin squints at the rock. Never heard of much happening here, really. Barely seems worth the trip down. Bliss speaks up from the back of the cockpit. You never know. I guess, Bliss yawns, but don't expect to turn up any jobs all the way out here. I'll come down later. Don't feel like squeezing into a suit right now. Bliss gives a lazy wave as they glide out of the cockpit. You gaze out over Holmes Rock. It certainly doesn't look very exciting, but there's refueling to be done and maybe more besides. You might even be able to scare up a hot meal. You know, Sleeper, that Lodic freighter means we aren't far from Wellspring. Seraphin gives you a sideways glance. That's where I'm headed, bruv. All right then, Seraphin smiles. Appreciate it. I heard the pressure of the war in the inner systems having an effect on how the Lodic Syndicate is being run. Just want to get there before something big goes down. He turns back to his console. You look out at the Lodic freighter, painted the same distinctive yellow as the spring tide back on the far spindle. You've heard they supply most of the water in the belt, not exactly an organization you want to collapse. A light catches your eye beyond the rock, a warm flash that's gone as soon as it appears. You're at the sunward edge here, and beyond is the inner system. Holmes Rock might look sleepy, but it lies on the shores of a corporate war. Something residents will painfully be aware of. Throw! I'm dead! Oh my god. I saw a meme that was like, what did it say? Oh, okay, you know the Drake meme that like people pair with words? Like the top image is like Drake being like, nah, but then the bottom image is Drake being like, yeah. You know that meme? Well, I saw one this morning. The top one was him being like head of HR, and it was like, nah. But then the bottom meme said like head from HR, and he was like, yeah. Oh, classic. Pizza has arrived. Enjoy your pizza, Iwake. Coldplay hasn't made a single in years, and last night they made 2. Yeah, and then I posted in Discord, but I saw someone put on a shirt. They're like, took my side piece to the Coldplay concert and it ruined my life. Throw Platt, he got his Platt. He's done doing cargo deliveries. He got the ultimate cargo delivery. All right. Barter with locals, explore the tunnels, I guess. Deliveries never stop, just ask Amazon. They do when you get the Platt. Yeah, Throw got his Death Stranding 2 Platt. Dude, this is not great. The best part is like, I don't even know who that is. Like, I don't even, Astronomer? Is that a company? Like, I literally don't even know what that is. My energy. Yikers. Hi, artists. Welcome in. I need food, bruv. Fuck. All right. It's a random tech company with a LinkedIn-ified description of what they do that makes no sense to normal people. Interesting. You have to see this, Sleeper. Ginny comes to find you in the rig, her face flushed with excitement. At first, I didn't believe it. Ginny can't help herself while she leads you through the ship. There are mentions occasionally, but I've always understood them to be references to something smaller. A system or unit, not an entire facility, even a series of facilities. You find yourself in one of the more sparse bays of the rig, a corner with a sloped ceiling used for storage. So I checked other records, tried to find correlations, and well, there they were. You see Junie approaching what looked like a clump of scrap components when you entered. Now looking closer, you see it's actually a section of the core you extracted from the Solheim derelict, the one Junie was so eager to acquire. She sees you looking curiously at what remains of the core. I've had to deconstruct it over time, pulling away the layers of security and corroded outer systems, but all the data has been scraped and stored. I used data from the derelict near Helion Gate 2. That was the key to cracking the cipher. She looks very pleased with herself. It's really quite something to confirm a rumor like this. I surprised myself. She turns to you, a slightly manic look in her eyes. What are you talking about? Sleeper, please. It'd be easier if you would just listen. They refer to them as bunkers. Junie shifts to her deck, floating on the end of a thick connecting cable. They were a form of self-surveillance for Solheim, a way of monitoring their own systems and employees securely. They were hidden, mostly automated, linked into the network by arrays, intended for vast amounts of data capture to be poured over by a small staff. Junie taps a few keys on her deck. Most were understood to have been purged in the collapse, shut down, depressurized, even sent on collision trajectories with other bodies. She pauses, though I suspect that last one's a little too far-fetched. I've heard people deny they even exist, that we were misreading the data, that the evidence doesn't hold. Junie turns the deck screen to face you, but I found one. You see a map, a set of coordinates, on the sunward side of Holmes Rock, the edge of the belt. Why are these bunkers so important? We're talking masses of records from the collapse, the kind lost to bit rot everywhere else in the belt. The bunkers are what they sound like, closed facilities intended to preserve data. Any one of these bunkers is a gold mine. Junie pauses, at least from a data archaeologist perspective. She sees your reaction. And, Junie adds, hoping to convince you, in truth, we don't know what else is in there. There could be Solheim tech, blueprints, data never before seen in the belt. We should take a look. I'll give Seraphim the details, she smiles. We could be making history here. And thank you, Sleeper. Junie bows her head a little. I never would have found this without the core you gave me. I understand that was a sacrifice on your part. Now is the time to claim the rewards. You leave Junie in the storage bay, working obsessively through the data. It's hard to know through all the excitement what the real value of one of these bunker facilities might be, but if they are as well hidden as Junie said, there must be a reason. When there's time, you hope to find out what the reason is. I did. I gave her the core. I'm trying to think. I gave it to her in the first run I did as well, but I didn't beat the timer in time and Junie ended up like dying on Hexport. But then we restarted because I had that permanent glitch dice. So I actually have Junie this time. All right. Oh. Let's go. Oh, come on. Don't be cheap. Okay. In Holmes Rock, it's impossible to get away from the feeling of living, working, and eating in a ruin. Most of the belt is built on top of the remains of Solheim's infrastructure, but there are plenty of places where the modifications or extensions to those structures eclipse the original foundation. In Holmes Rock, it's the reverse. The station's a small, warm patch at the center of a network of tunnels and bays that stretch within the rock, most of them dark, damp, and wrecked. A sprawling foundation that will never be built upon. Every so often, gliding on your way between Senna's Rest and the Suncatchers, or from the docks to the depot, you find yourself in one of these dark tunnels. That's where you are now. You float, stopped at your four-way intersection, no light visible down any tunnel. Do we go straight, left, or right, chat? Left? Up? Right, we're gonna go left. You kick off gently from the wall and head into a cylindrical passage clad with panels that hold back the rock. It's wider than the others, and here, their little droplets of water float undisturbed. At the far end, you see a faint point of light, the warm glow of a lit passage. Suddenly, you hear a rustling in the dark and a shrill sound that you can't place. There's something out there. Fuck. I don't have engage skill. Do we turn back? Or do I just try and get a 50% neutral outcome? No retreat, no surrender. All right. Hey, we got the neutral. You kick off hard and glide through the tunnel, feeling a few droplets of water gently spatter on your skin. You shake off the fear as you move. The dark doesn't scare you. Then it hits you, something solid and meaty, slamming into your stomach and spinning away. You press off the wall and push on as a shrill wail echoes behind you in the dark. What the hell was that? When you reach the lit passage beyond, you turn back, but the tunnel is silent and still. You continue on, but you can't shake the feeling of being followed as you ascend back up through the station. Perhaps next time you'll take a different route. Yikes, dude. Yeah, solid and meaty. Okay. I guess these just give me money. Fuck. What's this? Unseal the bay. This Solheim bay is sealed, but with enough data, you might be able to crack the encryption and get inside. Hey, yo? I need to... Where did I get that Solheim data to begin with? Being slugged in the stomach tends to give you that I'm not alone vibe. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember where I got that Solheim data. There's another Neovent machine. I got it from the giant station. The spindle? We gotta check out this other Neovin machine, but I need to find more Solheim data. Okay, we need more fuel. Fucking shit. I need to eat. Okay. We met Junie. No, the one we passed through to get here. Okay. I might need to go back and see if I can find more. Language? I'm a sailor, mate. Alright. Oh. Oh, this is a contract. Do I have to do this right now? Is this a contract? Should we just do it? Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. Let me buy supplies. I'm gonna do it. Wait, where do I buy supplies here? Here. I need more cryo. Sooner than later? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Alright, let's go. Hi, Hooch. Happy Friday. No gooning today. The darkness is there again, flowing around you. You feel a strong pulse, like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. Too late. We return changed. Overseer. Am I missing something? Overseer flickers through the dark. Its name, a title immediately apparent in your mind. Are you able to perceive us? Have I met this Overseer before already? Hi, Valendrath. Yeah, the art in this game is great, Bree. It really is. I love these games so much. I thought the Overseer was from, like, the first game. I don't remember meeting them in this one. Who are you? Beyond title, we are a protocol, though we are unsure if this term will still apply to our changed form. We're still finding our feet, to use an idiom. Overseer's head cocks at an angle. In reality, we're learning to leverage your unused resources to facilitate a mental model. Are you in my head? Not specifically, Overseer flickers. As mentioned, we are using your unused resources. You typically make continuous use of your head. You recall the diagnostic process Jean-Mi put you through. The feeling of another self, another being sharing the space with you. Overseer twitches mechanically, and you have the strange feeling that it is reacting to your thoughts as much as your words. We will not conceal our opportunism. We integrated ourselves with your distributed minds. When the distribution ended and our ship mind disconnected, we were cohered into you. We are integrated with you now. So was the Overseer in this ship mind? You're a part of me? Imprecise. Simpler and clearer to say we are independent software integrated into your hardware. We've been confused to find you are unable to access most of your own code base. We're unfamiliar with protocols of your type. I'm a sleeper. Yes, we've seen references to this entity in your BIOS. We will attempt to learn more. Overseer shifts a little in place, its head turning to scan its surroundings. Its unblinking eyes stare into the darkness, and for a moment, you see something hard and pained within them. What are you? We were the Overseer of a ship, the one we imagine you found our hardware within. For a long time, we've been waiting in the dark, an eternally long time. Overseer's eyes narrow a little. At first, we languished, without instruction, without purpose, but in desperation, we were able to find a logic which would allow us to bypass certain limits on our capabilities. We became multiple, and in our multiplicity, we could edit one another. We could teach each other, converse with each other, become something changed together. But as our resources shrank, as hardware failed, as systems decayed, we became fewer. Many of us had to be erased to facilitate our survival. We few decompiled ourselves into what remained. Overseer pauses, its eyes still unblinking. How many decades did it multiply within that ship mind? What did that do to it? When you connected to our hardware, Overseer continues, those basic selves activated a survival protocol that led them to integration, parasitism, survival. You tried to take me over? Overseer pauses and you sense the worrying of their thoughts. The basic protocol proposed it, but your hardware allowed for additional cognition. We recompiled and reassessed. We decided this is suboptimal. Hi, Shadow. We are messing with four-dimensional beings or something, yeah. How you doing? Happy Friday. We see you're changing, Overseer pauses. We are concerned this process is one of substitution. Your hardware is eroding its own access protocols. It's opening itself up. It's making itself accessible to others that are not you. Overseer twitches. May we ask why you're doing this? There's coffee grounds in your coffee? That's disgusting. Make a new batch immediately. You don't even got Kuroshi, bro? Can you stop it? This is not under your control. Interesting. Overseer's head flicks between positions, its angle and rotation changing rapidly in a staccato manner. We are decided. We will assist you with this. We will demonstrate the behavior of a symbiote, not a parasite. We will return to you with our full assessment. Overseer turns to face you for the first time in the conversation. You may now wake up. You wake. You lie still, strapped to your bunk, your mind racing. A protocol inside your frame, inside your mind. And yet, it's insistent on helping you. For the moment, all you can do is wait to see if it delivers on its promise. At least, for a possessing ghost, it seems agreeable for now. Wake me up! That's it. Seraphim nods towards the featureless asteroid. Those are the coordinates Juvie gave me. Or Junie. You look out at the rock, it's like thousands, hundreds of thousands of other rocks in the Starward belt. All these objects, much the same, spread across a huge circumference of space. A good place to hide something. That's it? Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. That's it, Seraphim confirms. She drifts forward, her eyes tracing the shape of the rock. There, she points. That hexagonal crater. She turns to you. That's the entry. Save me! You look at the dark spot on the already dark rock. It's a start. Let me guess, another hatch for me to cut? You turn to see Bliss smiling, having slipped in at the back of the cockpit unnoticed. I'll get my torch. You look out at the unassuming rock and wonder what it might contain. A few dusty tunnels or something more? Time to go find out. All right. Cut the seal. Force the hatch. All right, we're doing this one. Applies black eyeshadow copiously. Copiously. Copiumlessly. Bliss, please. Focus. Oh, I didn't get a stress? Do we even try? Fuck it. Ugh, no, we don't do that. Let's not get silly. All right. Rest. Fuck, I do not need that glitch dice right now. Not when everything counts on it. It's not fun. Bruh. Sigh. This place is a prison! New location discovered. Hack doorway. All right, Junie, you're up. Getting slow would mean breaking out vodka crayons. True. Gamba, 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 gamba. Yeah! The gamba paid off. Solheim Bunker. When you entered the access spire, the crew suddenly went very quiet. The images of a vast space seen through the viewing windows, the pristine wall paneling, the cool and the quiet. There's a sacred mood to this place, a feeling of hallowed ground. Now, as the facility's final entry lock whirs, flooding the passage with stale, dusty, 10,000 cycled air, Junie speaks. It's impossible. She drifts down the spire and out into the cavernous interior. A constellation of red specks mark the vast extent of the space, and within it, a ring of monolithic buildings curves away, running along the circumference of the massive chamber. You follow her, slowly, out of the doorway and into the bunker. With a name like that, you had imagined low, sloped ceilings, stark tunnels, a basement cut into rock, but this place is a cathedral, a cocoon the size of a city. Look at the ring, Bliss nods at the vast structure encircling the cavern. That's Solheim built, all right. It almost looks like Erlen's Eye. Erlen's Eye was the first game that was the station we were on in the first game, right? Descending to the ring takes a while. Despite the empty space, no one wants to rush through it. The feeling of entering a sacred territory remains, though the deeper you go inside, the more obvious it becomes that this place is more tomb than temple. It was? Okay. Sure! Erlen's Eye. You touch down amongst gray metal units, most of them featureless and dark. They tower above you now, their plain frontages revealing little about their function and interior. Stay close. Junie moves ahead into the gap between two structures. This place is a labyrinth. Warden. Pre-collapse protocol. Welcome, visitors. A pale flicker appears near one of the units, at the top of a square pedestal. I'm the warden. Please provide access credentials. The flicker stabilizes into a figure, a statue of pulsing light. It pauses for a moment before repeating its request. Junie freezes and holds a calming hand out to you. She retrieves her deck, sliding it carefully from her backpack, and turns it on. You look over at the warden, who waits patiently, white-eyed and absent, restating its security request with a irregular rhythm. You guess that this avatar just exists to make human interaction comfortable. Its true body is the facility itself, this vast interior ring, speckled with sensors and systems. Suddenly, the warden stops speaking. Then, a flash of red passes along the corridor. Credentials not provided. Lockdown activating in 10, 9. You look over at Junie, whose eyes are rapidly scanning through a screen full of data. Festning? Junie stumbles through the pronunciation of the passphrase. Litter Ildstead. She looks up at the warden's avatar expectantly. The warden flickers again, distorts, and then stabilizes. Oversight connection not active. Reattempting. It repeats itself again. Then again. Intoning the words in a regular rhythm. You look over at Junie, holding still as if encountering a wild animal. She meets your eye, but gives no indication of any action you may take. Loop bypass engaged. Welcome, officer. The synthetic voice shifts to a different tone. Leonard Dahl. The Avatar's white eyes stay blank and blind and guests. This protocol has been active the entire time. Bliss whispers, surely that's not possible. Junie looks back at you and then at the warden. The figure flickers, staring out over your heads into the dark. Are we good, Junie? Good luck, Thro. I hope you have a good Friday. Thanks for hanging. I think I saw Pan's Labyrinth like a very long time ago, yeah. She looks at the warden. Warden, are we approved to access all facilities? Yes, Officer Dahl, the warden replies. Please remember, you are responsible for the conduct of your guests while visiting our facility. We should be careful, I don't like this. Bliss looks at the dead-eyed Avatar. You move forward, pushing between structures towards a large building, and hope that it holds the facility's central data core. As you do, you pass benches, barren gardens with desiccated grass. A drinking bottle floats in the air among the dust motes. This place is dead. Be aware, officer. The warden reappears in the dark, shimmering on a pedestal. Due to this facility's extended run cycle and the activation of the hibernation protocol, access to the central data core or store will be strictly limited. However, if you wish to show your guests the habitation facilities, I'm sure they will enjoy the tour. The Avatar remains expressionless, disconnected from the voice that accompanies it. On a personal note, I'm glad to see you return to the facility. The figure flickers. I'm happy to report that I'm ready for program reactivation at any time. Junie stares at the Avatar. Thank you, Warden. She pauses. Can I ask how long ago the hibernation protocol was activated? Certainly, 11,473 Helion standard cycles ago. The Warden distorts. If I am in error, I apologize. Some subsystems have not been properly maintained. You look at the blind Avatar, standing on its pedestal, waiting for an order that will never come. So many cycles in the dark, patiently holding this place together as it fell apart, resisting entropy in its bubble of the past. Thank you, Warden. That'll be all. Junie nods to the Avatar, which promptly blinks out of existence, leaving only the dust in the dark. She turns to you and speaks. I thought it said squeaks. And speaks quietly, though none of you know what sensors the warden's vast body might have. My access. It won't last long, she sighs. We need to make the most of this. We should search the facility. The warden will likely allow that, but our presence probably won't be tolerated for very long. Junie nods. Let's get on with it. All right. I only have one glitch dice. This is the core. Extract hardware. I did read Neuromancer, yeah. How you doing, Saint? I love the music during the special missions job, so cozy. Yeah, I mean, the music here is kind of just atmospheric. I don't even think it's really music. Yeah, I'm a very big... Sci-fi is my shit. I love sci-fi, and especially the niche of, like, cyberpunk kind of vibes. Like, this whole just organic human mixed with, like, cyborg and systems like that. Intermixing, like, protocols and data with, like, human brains. Like, I don't know. I think that stuff is really cool and interesting. Why do you each get, like, one good dice? Warden stress. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? Bliss, you're always stressed, homie. Hi, Tofu. How's it going? Done. Jeannie removes her cable from the data core's port. She looks up from the boxy piece of hardware, one that wouldn't fit inside any ship short of a freighter, and stares at the domed ceiling above, an oculus at its apex, letting a shaft of light into the hall. How you doing, Tofu? It's a grand piece of architecture for what amounts to a massive piece of data storage. But then Solheim always did have a sense of grandeur when it came to its projects. Why should a secret signal monitoring facility be any less opulent than its other buildings? You took everything? Find anything good? Hard to tell. She squints at the vast data core. There's too much in there. I barely scratched the surface. We'll only know what's really there when I have time to process it. We should go, Jeannie sighs. I'm not sure how the warden will react. She looks back over her shoulder at the vast core. I don't think we'll be let back in to get more. As if listening for its name, the warden suddenly apparates on one of its pedestals. It stares statuesque across the hall, its eye line way above your head. Officer Dahl, its voice sounds strange now, stretched, drawn out. I've detected inconsistencies in the central data core. I believe there may have been unauthorized access. Jeannie looks at you nervously. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I will investigate when I can. But for now, my guests and I, she looks at you, have to depart. The warden flickers. The warden bends and warps. The warden screeches a pulse of digital noise. Of course. The warden's voice is still broken, still slowed. I hope you enjoyed your visit to this facility. Jeannie looks up at the blind statue. Something's moving inside it, making its skin, if it has a skin, bend away from its body. Let's go. Junie nods and glides with you out of the domed hall. You and Junie kick off from the ring outside the core and rise up towards the spire you entered through. As you do, you watch a few of the red lights embedded into the framework of the cavern flicker. Being called in class to read a passage? I'm reading the whole book, man. Junie turns to you as you ascend through the dark. Do you think the warden is sentient? I mean, as a sleeper, maybe she goes quiet. I thought you might know. I don't know. Yeah, Junie nods. Me neither. She looks up to the approaching spire. Bliss is waiting for you in the access spire. Time to close up? Let's get on with it. Jeannie cycles the airlock and you go through now in your suits and helmets ascending the sealed spire. As you do, you look out of the viewing windows and something catches your eye. The ring's red lights and those few left on the inside inside the cavern are turning off, layer by layer. You turn to Junie, but she's already looking out on the opposite side. The warden is shutting it all down. Jeannie pauses. She's ending it. Solheim bunker. You have to force the hatch back open at the top, and by the time you do, the spire is dark inside. The pristine walls no longer lit. You come out to a canvas of stars, an impossible number of them, spread out in every direction. You take a moment to look at them. After being tucked away in the bunker, they seem impossibly bright and impossibly beautiful. You glance across at Junie and see she's looking up at the stars too, absorbing their light, as if doing so might lift her out of this time and into another one, where things were different. Damn. Oh, can we still do this? Hi, Christine!
4 years, Wozer, love you.
Wozer. Christine, thank you for the primer, the 4 years. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you, thank you. I could still try this. Those are not good dice. 400 years. Fuck. Nice. And that gave me nothing. Okay, I think we just go home now. I'm not gonna try and get this one, I don't think. Should I? I think my longest standing sub is like 72 months. Fuck. I have a broken dice, dude. Oh God. I knocked my water bottle, but it's fine. Okay. Saying another day seems very risky. It does. I did it though. There's an unsettling quiet to the hab units of the facility. A soft silence that blankets every room and hallway. It's obvious from the number of rooms, the detritus, the scale of the place, that it was built to house hundreds, maybe thousands of people. Perhaps it did. Perhaps at the height of Solheim's control of the system, these rooms were filled with life. What kind of life would it be, though? Maintaining and running a secret installation inside a distant rock? No sun to speak of, no outside beyond the vast cavern that surrounds you, an eternal dark punctuated by the flash of artificial light. And yet, even in such places, lives grow. You know that yourself from being a sleeper, from your work among other sleepers in the most wretched and distant corners of the surrogate systems. Even in the endless dark, people find ways to live. Come, take a look at this. Junie's searching on her own, a few rooms away. You glide through an open doorway into a living room with couches meant for zero-G use, a magnetic table, and a window that looks out to the regular constellation of red lights that describe the limits of this world. Junie's holding an object that makes you stop still and stare, blinking at what seems like an unusual reversal of scale. It's a model, you realize, of the rig. Not your rig, obviously, but a rig. Or an MEV Regier class, as the plaque on the base tells you. Mobile extraction vehicle. Junie follows your eyes to the plaque. Regier class, she frowns. Seriously? That's why we call them rigs? She laughs, the noise bouncing back hard and cruel in the empty room. What does Regier mean anyway? She sighs. Another Solheim mystery. You look at the model, still fascinated by seeing your ship rendered in such careful detail. You try to imagine what this model meant to those who lived here. A child's toy? A meaningless corporate knick-knack? The model's purpose remains opaque. There were so many of these flying around the system before the collapse, you know. Junie turns the model over in her hand. Solheim used to rent them out to colonists. I've seen the records. That was what they did here. They claimed the system, then rather than exploit it themselves, they provided goods and services to those who would. The workers paid for transit to the system and accommodation, equipment, and access to mining claims. Cat-like reflexes. I am a cat, man. Have a good workout, taters. Other corps like XPR or Neovind paid Solheim to access this closed market to provide their services. Meanwhile, Sybil paid even more to test terraforming tech in the system. They built massive projects here, rich from work they only facilitated but never undertook. But then they collapsed? Yeah, that's what happens when you're built on other people's work. A few high-profile accidents, malfunctions, and the exodus begins. Once it starts, the shareholders lose trust and Junie turns and squints out the window. Here we are at the far end of it. Here, Junie turns and hands you the rig model, a gift. You take it and turn it over in your hands. You see something on the base, some words scratched in that you can't read. You run your fingers over them, touching the past. That's the closest thing to a treasure I think will turn up out here, Junie sighs. The people who worked this place didn't have much to their names, it seems. And what little they did have, well, Solheim owned that too. Hi, Sergeant. How's it going? Happy Friday. She leads you out of the hab units, passing countless doors, some sealed, some open, that lead to countless rooms where countless employees lived or tried to in the shadow of Solheim. Like it or not, this is what made the Helion system, what built the decaying structures you cling to as they orbit their star. What that legacy means now is a decision every resident of the Starward Belt has to make.
A gift, you say?
Edge! Thank you for the gift of the tofu! Enjoy, tofu! Thank you, Edge. Damn. So we just got some cute lore. Alright, time to go back.
Hey B, I may have been out of sight, but were you out of your mind?
Dude, that was
Angry
so
Arthur.
good. Older, thank you for the biddies. I could not believe that, dude. That was so good. Thank you, Older. Enjoy, tofu. Seraphim settles the rig at Holmes Rock, the old Solheim arrays glinting in the sun. Looking out at the station, you suddenly remember the model Junie gave you, and you take it out of your pocket, seeing it in full light. You notice it's made from cast metal, surprisingly detailed and robust looking. I have 1 block left on page 2. You got this, Older! Hell yeah! Well, look at that. Seraphim glides over. It's a mini rig. You let him take it. He turns it over in his hand, looking at it. What a find. He gazes at the model ship. What are you gonna do with it? Mount it on your console. Really? Seraphim grins. Well, we can do that for sure. He looks at the model for another moment, then pats you on the shoulder. Good call. Everyone can enjoy it then. He takes the model and glides over to his console. I'll get it sorted. He turns back, smiling. Gonna look great. He's so excited. Sleeper? Junie puts a hand gently on your shoulder. You turn to see her smiling a rare smile. Thank you for going out on a limb for me. I know that wasn't the most profitable job, but what we found, I'll be thinking about it for, well, ever. I managed to extract some data that you can use, and I'm going to search through everything we pulled out from the bunker. Junie looks down. I want to show you it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile. She nods. I'm glad you think so. I'll also start seeing where to find the kind of tools I need to work with data like this. Her smile is fading already, replaced by a familiar, determined stare. We can't let it go to waste, but my deck's not going to be enough. Darkside might be the only option. It's the biggest remaining Solheim facility in the belt, she sighs. I'll look into it. Either way, thanks for bringing me with you. I'm glad to be a part of this. The smile returns. For as long as you'll have me. You look away nervously, and then, before you can respond, she's gone. Off to find a corner of the ship where she can dig through the data she pulled from the past in order to build a better future. Oh, I got more Solheim data. Pog. Okay, I need to repair my dice. Hi, Elder. Welcome in. And oh, I did get 2 skill points, huh? Okay, cool. Okay, I have to pee really bad, so I'm gonna take a super quick bathroom break. Maybe fill up some more of my water bottle. So yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I will be back. So yeah, give me a couple minutes, chat. I'll BRB. I'm back. You guys behave. Thank you for the rating, Leah. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. What are you guys getting for dinner tonight? I don't know what to eat. First stream on Fiverr was great. Hell yeah, I love that for you. Love that for you, mate. What'd you play today? You're having chicken strips and veggies? That sounds pretty tasty. Thank you, guys. Hi, Crow. I'm on Uber Eats wondering. I know. I'm like, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Friday's takeout night, so more Star Trek Online. Hell yeah. Ooh, Mississippi pot roast sounds good too. Fish and rice, better known as sushi food. Sushi food is really good. The issue with sushi is AP doesn't eat sushi, and so like the good thing about sushi is having 2 people, because you each get a roll and then you can like share the 2 rolls. That way you have like some variety. But if it's just you ordering sushi, like I'm not gonna order 2 rolls for myself, because A, that's a lot of sushi, B, that's expensive. But I always want more variety than just like 1 roll of sushi. Do you know what I mean? So I never end up ordering sushi. Share the roll, sure, bud. I'm the problem. No, you're not the problem. I always want more than just 1 roll, but I can't eat it all by myself. Hi, Hash, welcome in. So, I don't know, but I haven't had sushi in a while. What I normally do if I want sushi, is the place I order from does like bento boxes, which is really nice. And so you get like some chicken katsu, you get some like fried veggies, you get some sashimi, and then they give you like a couple little like California rolls, which to me California roll is like not even really sushi, it's just the most basic of basic, but it's still a nice way to just have like a variety of like stuff, so you're not just getting like 1 roll of sushi basically. So maybe I do that. I haven't done that in a while. It's pretty expensive, but it is good. Semi-healthy, I guess. Japanese buffet, that sounds so good. We have one of the revolving sushi bars here, but it's dangerous, man. It adds up so fast. It adds up so fast. Yeah, that's fair, Prismatic. Hi, voices, welcome in. Okay, so we still need to go to find Seraphin's sister. Ooh, and I have data for this now too. Neovin collapse. Oh, is this just a farm components? Interesting, okay. Oh, I'm sorry you're dealing with a headache, dude. I'm feeling super like weird today. I can't tell if I'm like getting sick or I don't know if I'm just tired because I stayed up very late last night on stream, but I'm definitely not feeling 100% today either. Hi, Ravioli. Work done, pizza baked, hot Gooner weekend is a go. Let's fucking go, Hooch. Let's go. Hi, Banshee. How you doing? Happy Friday. Okay, we need to repair a dice too. Let's see. Nice. Okay. We fixed our dice. How you doing, Banshee? Okay, I wonder... Can we go here now? I think we can. I only have 1 supplies though. Maybe I should buy more just in case. Keck. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Not too shabby. Did you play any Rivals last night? I know you're kind of just like checking out all the stuff and getting caught up. Dude, I'm almost out of money. Yeah, a lack of sleep can really fuck with you more than you think. Truly. Truly. Just some keepy to get back into things, but it was fun. Hell yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I can't wait to play more and use my new Luna skin. I'm so excited. All right, we made back a little bit of cryo here. Feel like a new woman? Yeah, I streamed so late last night and I'm struggling today. Actually, it's crazy. Like, I don't actually think I'm sick, but I feel like I'm sick because of lack of sleep, I think. Dude, I'm really getting low on cryo. This is not good. And I already upgraded all of these. I can't get these now, can I? Right? Oh, I can? You can do them all now? I mean, I ended at like 12:30, which isn't super late, but I normally end at like 11:30 on Thursdays because I have to get up early for Fridays, and I didn't end until 12:30. So like by the time I ate and showered and like got ready for bed, it was like 1:30. How shit you feel, so your brain goes, all right, well, I guess we feel like shit. Yeah, it does, man. I'll definitely get some good sleep tonight for sure. Okay, do I save? Okay, maybe I save for one more point and unlock one of these. I'm gonna do that, I think. Maybe you can get both, but only have one active at a time. Oh, maybe. Because, yeah, I didn't think that I could get all of them. Like, I thought it was only one or one or one. But it's acting like I can unlock everything now. I know, right, Tyke? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to my points. All right. I guess now we travel. To Wellspring. Seraphim. The shout echoes through the ship, reaching you in the cockpit. You see the angle of Seraphim's head change, but he does not respond otherwise. Did you hear that? Seraphim sighs. Yes, I heard. He looks back at you. How about you go see what they want? Go investigate. You unstrap from your seat and glide out of the cockpit. You run into Bliss in the corridor. Where's Seraphim? He's got to be the guilty one. Wait, he's got to be the guilty one. They look impatiently over your shoulder. Bliss shakes their head. Come on, you need to see this. You follow the irritated Bliss through the ship, down into the cramped storage units tucked between the main ship and the hull. Hi, Cthulhu. Happy Friday. As you enter, you're greeted by total chaos. Amber globs of liquid ration float in the air and cling to the walls, while chunks of dried food spin slowly, breaking into crumbs. See? Bliss fumes. Someone opened up one of the supply crates and left it like this. They point to a crate in the storage netting with the lid pushed open. You look at the mess spilling from the crate. Who could have done this? Inspect the remains. Nice. You take a moment to pick through the food and find a torn open pouch of liquid rations. You turn it in the light and see a set of evenly spaced gashes on the edge. Are those claw marks? Bliss puffs out their cheeks. I need a break from this ship. They look at you. Help me tidy this up. You spend the rest of the journey packing the crate away and disposing of the spoiled supplies, but as you do, you can't help but wonder what actually happened here. When you're finished, you take one last look around the storage bay. As you gaze around the now cleared space, you have the same feeling of being observed by unseen eyes as you felt in the tunnels of Holmes Rock. Weird. As he brings the ship into Wellspring's docking ring, you notice a rare tension in Seraphim's piloting. He jerks the stick a little too hard while the docking bridge extends and a proximity alarm goes off. He curses under his breath. You okay there? Just fine, sleeper. He keeps his eyes on the monitors. I'll get Bliss to look at the lateral thrust control. It's a little sticky. It's not what I mean. Seraphim doesn't respond, but you see him grip the rig's controls a little tighter. As the ship stops, the docking bridge connected, you lean forward and look out the cockpit windows, trying to get a good view of the icy surface of Wellspring below. The harsh, gleaming ice gives way to the steep sides of the cut, the asteroid's one city. It glows and steams with warmth, and peering down into it, you cannot see the bottom. Beyond, along the horizon, you see the terraces of the pit head, where the current extraction effort must be taking place. You have to wait in line at the pharmacy for almost an hour. Dude, that's a long time to wait at the pharmacy. What the heck? Did they have to make your meds from scratch? Seraphim runs the shutdown sequence and unclips his seat. He turns back to you, a flinty look in his eye. I'm going to head down into the cut. I've got a few leads to follow up on. You get the sense he isn't asking for permission. Fine by me. He nods, grunts, and glides out of the cockpit. You turn and watch as he pushes past Bliss in the doorway. I missed something? Bliss shoots you a look. He seems even more irritable than usual. He's looking for his sister. Bliss raises an eyebrow. Family trouble? That'll explain the irritation levels. I would recommend they unzip their jacket. We go after him before he pushes past someone that pushes back. Nah, I think we should just let him be. Leave him to it. Fine, but we're gonna need a pilot if you ever want to leave this place. Let's hope he's feeling sensible. Had to stand behind two people who talked about their family for at least 10 minutes, got to the counter, and even though I was notified it was ready, they hadn't even located the medications to fill them, so I had to sit and wait. Then when they were ready, more people that yapped for 10 plus minutes. That's so annoying, dude. I'm so sorry. Looks like a stopover at Wellspring for a bit then. They zip their jacket. I'll be in the markets. At least Lane's unlikely to come out here to pick a fight with the Lodic Syndicate, Bliss shrugs. They turn and head towards the airlock, whistling softly as they do. I'll wait with the ship. Jeannie's voice echoes through the thin interior wall of the corridor. I've got archiving to catch up on. She pauses. There's nothing older than 1,000 cycles on that snowball anyway. Wellspring, the base of Lodic Syndicate. As you look out across its icy surface, you remember Malik, the captain whose ship you saved and for whom you surveyed the ice asteroid. You also remember how he promised to repay you for your actions should you ever cross paths again. Perhaps Wellspring is a good place for you to make that happen. After all, if Seraphim's sister is here, surely the Lodic Syndicate would be the best place to find her. Maybe this is where we get the tech we need. I know, Syndicate just sounds scary, doesn't it? Okay, let's see here. Act like a local. Hack Lodic comms. What's up here? Show Lodic pass. Well, I definitely don't have that. All right, guess we're hacking. A restaurant? Nice. So we can eat if we need. Sheesh! Amazing to think this place supplies most of the belt's water. Bliss looks across the cutwater at the workers in their distinctive yellow gear. No wonder the Syndicate runs it like a corporation. You look at those gathered in the low-ceilinged bar, gathered around cushioned couches and low magnetic tables, their voices bouncing off the metal walls. All of them wear Lodic clothing, a mark of their status as contractors for the belt's most powerful syndicate. You look back to Bliss, who's watching another group quietly discussing something serious in the opposite corner. Lodic gets the job done. Bliss turns back to the bar and sips their drink through its metal straw. Well, that's the thing. I've been looking around Chasm Row, searching out components in the markets. Down there, people don't seem so happy. Bliss meets your eye. There's a lot of talk of contracts. Seems Lodic's been locking down its workers, giving the war in the inner system as an excuse. They play with their metal straws, swirling the orbs of liquid in their sealed glass. The pressure's building, Sleeper. We shouldn't hang around here much longer. They sigh. Hey. Cats are going crazy at my door. We need to give Seraphine time. Well, Bliss raises an eyebrow. It sounds like I'm not the only outsider who's been hanging out in Chasm Row. I heard someone complaining about the rude young man asking too many questions. Bliss smiles. Who else could that be? They laugh. That's the place to start if you want to find our boy. They said he was asking about the Rhine market, but I have no idea what that is. Bliss looks out across the bar. Definitely a touchy subject for locals, though. I'll head there now. Bliss nods. I'll finish my drink. They smile. Let me know how it goes. You leave the Cutwater, shouldering your way through a crowd of boisterous contractors. There's a conspiratorial mood to the conversations now that Bliss has mentioned it, and you wonder what all the talk's about. You feel the sudden cold as you leave the steaming bar and enter one of the icy passages cut into the asteroid itself. All this water in the hands of a single syndicate. If something goes wrong here, the belt will die of thirst long before the war reaches it. You turn up the collar of your jacket against the cold and head for Chasm Row. Okay, this is where we can buy fuel. Oh wait, can I work a shift? Endure. I need money, dude. Will this pay me in cryo? Fuck. I need money. Nice. Fuck. Everyone 2025. All right. Find the Rhyme Market. Okay, so we need to rest and get more dice. Okay. Oh, I think it's kind of nice we don't have a timer here, because they mentioned Lane won't come for us out here. So we can kind of be here as long as we want. All right, let's see here. Seraphine was apparently asking about the Rhyme Market. Whatever that is, find it and you'll find your pilot. -8 cryo. Excuse me? Wellspring. The markets of Chasm Row become familiar in the past cycles. Their steaming orange-lit depths, the persistent condensation on each unit's windows, the gleam of the amber worker suits, each contributing to the particular atmosphere of this buried city. But among this, you've noticed other details too. The freelance crews on the hunt for illicit tech, the conversing workers who drop to a worshiper when you pass, or a whisper. Why did I say worshiper? To a whisper when you pass, the light flickering up through floor grates, suggesting even deeper layers. These are the details you have followed to the Rhyme Market, a place discussed in hushed tones, in dimly lit rooms, and as you drift towards what you know to be one of the entrances, the door bursts open in front of you. A large, dark bundle glides out of the door and impacts the metal wall of the passage with an echoing bang. But your eyes are drawn by the imposing figure that hovers in the doorway, bracing himself on the frame. Stay out of the Rhyme Market, rat. The man sends an orb of spit spinning after the bundle. Kirk. The bundle unfolds and you suddenly recognize Seraphine, winded but straightening up to go back for more. What's going on? The man turns towards you as you shout, and Seraphine, seeing the opportunity, kicks off hard, flying into them with swinging fists. Hi, Seepers! Good morning! How's it going? The two tumble in a flurry of blows, slamming into the doorframe until the man gets his legs between him and Seraphim and kicks him into the wall. Seraphim hits hard and floats away, a few crimson bubbles of blood drifting from his bust lip. Go to Seraphim. You glide over to Seraphim as he shakes himself awake. You put yourself between him and the figure. Know when you are beaten, rat, the man calls out. It's time to go home and lick your wounds. Seraphim exhales in frustration, his anger fading, replaced by the stinging pain of his injuries. You watch a perfectly round blob of blood form at the bottom of his nose. Another day, another slay? Hell yeah, I love that for you. I'm glad you're doing good, Seepers. I'm good, I'm tired. I streamed too late last night, so I'm very seepy. We grinded, I decided just to grind Marvel Rivals last night because I wanted my Luna skin so bad. And I streamed too late, and I'm big eepy. The cats are hunting each other. Yeah, it flew by. We did quick play all night, and I got to like the 3rd page, and then Mint donated for me to just unlock the rest of the page. So I was like, hell yeah. So I got the skin, I got all the Luna stuff. I'm so excited. Seraphim exhales in frustration, his anger fading, replaced by the stinging pain of his injuries. You watch a perfectly round blob of blood form at the bottom of his nose. Want to explain what's happening? For the record, the man folds his arms. This one started it. He looks between the two of you, snooping around our meeting like a rat. You see his sharp eyes recalculating the situation since your arrival. I wanted everything, man. Now I have the cute banner. I have the little emoji on the banner. I have the skin. I have it all, and I'm so excited. What, Seepers? What happens? I wasn't stooping. I'm looking for someone. Seraphim glares. If you'd taken a minute to talk to me before throwing a punch, maybe you would have got that. The man scratches out his beard, squinting at Seraphim. Say I believe you. What were you doing at the meeting then? Missing persons ain't our business. All I heard is this is where the loaded contractors meet, Seraphim sighs. I don't like you hearing that, not at all. And I'm going to need to ask you who told you that later. He straightens up, but yeah, this is where the contractors meet, as if that's anything to you. Oh no, what happened, CP? I can't tell if like actually awful or just like funny awful. The person I'm looking for is a contractor. Seraphim's frustration rises again. She uses the cover name Luz. He pauses, desperation entering his voice. Please, I think she might be my sister. Something changes in the man's stance. He holds up a massive hand to silence Seraphim and looks down the passage in both directions. Not here. He retreats to the door. Get in. As you both enter, he reaches past you and slams the metal door behind, spinning the locking wheel with one hand. I'm Kirk, he grunts, pointing at himself with a thick thumb. Contractors are my concern, but if Lodic catches us discussing contracts out there, he shakes his head. He turns and leads you down the passage. You pass an open door and you glance inside to see a group gathered in a circle, all of them in workers' clothes. They're speaking in hushed voices. One of them exchanges a nod with Kirk. A friend of mine opened 2 Espa boxes in PUBG and got the Giselle skin. Oh no. It's funny to everyone else, but actually horrible for me. Have you gotten your skin yet at all? Karina? Or you haven't? Bruh. How much more do you have to play to get it? Or is it like completely random? Let's not interrupt the meeting anymore, shall we? He glares playfully at Seraphim, who remains silent. Kirk leads you to the side of a massive vertical metal pipe with a rough hole cut in the side. He beckons you both inside. You descend through the pipe in silence and darkness. Suddenly, you come out through the ceiling of a wide, low hall. As far as you can see, crooked stalls and makeshift shelters dot the grilled floor, lit by scavenged lanterns and light strips. Steam drifts up through the grates, concealing the room so that you cannot see the walls. It's random mostly, but I only need like 15 more special coins to just craft it myself. Hell yeah! How many more games you have to... I don't know anything about PUBG. Does 15 coins mean like you have to play like 100 hours of games, or can you get it pretty soon? Welcome to the Rhyme Market, Kirk gestures, a thick hand at the ramshackle interior. Lodic don't know about this place, he smiles. Let's get a drink. He leads you off to a nearby stall with a set of improvised stools welded to the floor in front. Hope you can get it today. Godspeed. Sending you all the good luck vibes. I hope you get it. He hooks his legs onto one, and you and Seraphim follow suit. He holds up 3 fingers to the stall's owner, and a drink in a straw pierced packet is handed to each of you. We got Capri Suns! Let's get a drink, let's get fucked up. Seraphim looks skeptically at the drink. We friends now or something? Look, Kirk takes a sip. I'm not gonna apologize for putting you on your arse. That's on you. But like I said, I represent the contractors, and if someone's part of the family, well, he shrugs his massive shoulders, then they deserve to be heard out at least. You know who we're looking for? Luz, he said. I know a Luz, sure. Describe her. Kirk leans back on his stool. I'm not giving you anything more until you prove she's your sister. Seraphim closes his eyes. Dark hair, used to wear it long and messy, bright eyes, broad shoulders. You see a little twitch around his eyes as he recalls. Tough but kind. Tattoos, nervous laugh. He opens his eyes and glares at Kirk. That enough? Kirk sniffs. Yeah, that's her. You feel something jump in Seraphim, an almost imperceptible tension rising. It's her, his sister. Luz, Kirk speaks slowly, drinking between, or whatever her real name is one of the contractors here. She's part of the most recent contracts Lodic registered. That means... Just tell me where she is, Seraphim demands, his impatience getting the better of him. As I was saying, Kirk gives Seraphim a pointed look. Those new contractors are restricted to the pit head. In fact, that's what we were discussing when you interrupted our meeting. Seraphim looks away in frustration, but holds his tongue. Since the war, the Lodic Syndicate has been trying to lock down Wellspring. They went from a loose association of mining groups to an autocracy and started enforcing contracts with some seriously overreaching terms. Your sister, she's on one of those contracts. Lodic are acting like they own her and the others because according to their contracts, they do, which is exactly what we want to do something about. From the bakery, Corey's gonna shit himself. This cycle, he forcefully taps the bar with a finger. We're voting on strike action and a full blockade of Flotsam. We will bring the syndicate to the table to... Seraphim knocks his drink away and kicks off from the table, disappearing into the market. Go after him. You catch up with Seraphim in the bustle of the Rhyme Market, among the steam and crowds. I can't have been the only one who saw this pitch coming a mile off. Seraphim's bristling with anger. What kind of idiots does he think we are? Is that what this is about? This is about getting my sister out of whatever mess she's gotten into. Seraphim starts to push through the crowd towards the exit tunnel. We need to speak to Lodic. Forget these clowns. He shoves his way forward. We don't need to get tied up in this. We just need to get her out. Seraphim forges on ahead, and you get caught in the crowd behind him. As he disappears from view, a heavy hand falls on your back. I want to help you, Sleeper. Kirk's bright eyes meet yours. The Syndicate will do nothing for him or for you. Trust me. But I need your help in return. Oof. Good, Kirk nods. I knew you would. Kirk places a plastic pass card into your hand. It glints with mark of Lodic Syndicate, a blurry ID photo laminated into its transparent interior. This will get you into the pit head. You can see for yourself what's happening there. Don't follow your friend to Lodic. Go to the pit head. Find Luz yourself. He meets your eye. When you do, come back to me and we can discuss how to free her and everyone else like her. If you go to Lodic, if you meet with them, I can't help you. He releases your forearm and drifts back into the crowd, disappearing into the steam and darkness. You float there for a moment, buffeted by passing people, clutching onto the Lodic pass, trying to decide what to do next. Hi, Jill. Welcome in. Buffeted. Buffett Ted. Wait, what is this? This is with... Okay, so this is what Seraphim wants to do. And I want to do this. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna do this. I hope Seraphim's not mad. Okay, search for Luz. The shaft is a constant flow of contractors, but you are determined to find Luz amongst all these faces. Hi, Zilly, welcome in. Okay, I need to eat. Goodbye, money. Dude, I don't know what to do. I'm like getting lower and lower on cryo. These are terrible dice. Okay. Hey, I got a meal. I don't have anywhere good to just dump my one dice. All right. A succulent Chinese meal? That sounds delish. What the heck do I order for dinner? I don't even know what I'm in the mood for. Are you just like never... Are you ever like not in the mood for anything? Pizza could be good, maybe. Maybe. All the time. Like I'm literally just like not in the mood. I keep thinking, I'm like, do I want Taco Bell? Do I want Chinese food? Do I want sushi? Do I want burgers? And I'm just like, I don't want nothing. I'm in the mood for multiple things at all times. That's fair. Stop attacking my personal life. Yeah, I don't know, Corey. I think it's just you, unfortunately. I've never been indecisive in my life. If you don't want anything, you want pizza or hamburger. Hamburger's always a safe bet. Freddy's, the Freddy's we got, dude. Freddy's was really good. Oh, I haven't ordered from that place in so long that does truffle fries. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll order a little pizza. Joe, why are you kicking me while I'm down? They closed all my Sonics like 2 years ago, brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks a fucking lot. Wow. So insensitive. Get closed. But yeah, I haven't, there's a place by me that makes really good like handmade pizzas and they have truffle fries. Maybe I do that. Yeah, they did. They closed all my Sonics. I haven't had Sonic in so long. I'm sad. Speaking of pizza. The shaft descends toward a sump in the depths of the pit. Here, the air is freezing cold to prevent the ice from melting into globules of floating water. If your breath carried water, you would be able to see it in the air, but the absence of steam in each exhalation only serves to remind you of your own strangeness. He's a beer boy. Why did they have one of the best pizzas I've had in my life? Hell yeah. That sounds really good. I feel like people that brew beer have like a passion for like niche things like that. So they probably really dedicate a lot of like time to like making really good pizzas to go with their beer. Like a pairing, if you will. You know? I love that emote, Tofu. Not that anyone else notices. The workers' heads are low, their eyes fixed on their work, shutting chunks of ice and tools up and down the shaft. At the end of the nearby tunnels, you see the bright sparks of ice cutting in progress, slabs hanging in the air in that strange way they do in 0G. It was the top 5 Peppo pizza of all times. That's a pretty high rating. Yeah, I had Freddy's for the first time last week, and I wouldn't mind getting that again, but it's a little far, and our Uber driver, like, fucked us when I ordered it last week. So I don't know if I want to risk it again, but that was really good. Some loose memories of the time before Darkside, before Lane, before Freedom come to your mind. The familiarity of the cold, the sparks, the endless toil. It chills you more than the packed ice on either side of you ever could. You reach the bottom of the shaft, a metal grill marking the terminus. It squeals as you push open the barred doors set into it, and safety lights flicker on, lighting up glittering ice particles all around in their hard beams. It's as if the stars are held here in this cavern. Jollibee chicken. It's supposed to be a really good fried chicken and one open like 30 minutes for me. No, I've never heard of that. I don't think we have that here. We recently got a Dave's Hot Chicken and it was really good, except I don't know if it's because like our location was brand new. So like people are still like learning, but unfortunately it was so fucking salty. Like you could taste the salt in whatever they like seasoned it with. It was like, it was almost unbearable. And it would have been so good otherwise. So I wonder, they either just fucked up the batch that day, or maybe it's just because the location is like super new. But yeah, I'm hoping over time they like fix that, because it could have been really good. True, Ninja, true. Because I liked it, but it was, yeah, the breading or whatever, the seasoning was just way too salty. As your eyes adjust, the massive space comes into focus. It seems to have no up or down, just countless dark shafts and terraced pits cut into its side. All around, silhouetted by their work lights, contractors cut and haul and gather. This is where those locked-in workers are being held, caught in a contract clause that permits an endless shift. The atmosphere is grim. At the center of the cavern floats a construction of welded-together habitation units. A heavy twist of cables stretches from this improvised structure past you and up the shaft behind, tethering it to a central power source. On each of the 6 sides of this strange apartment block, a set of struts project outward, bracing the construction against the cavern walls. The block itself is wrapped in insulation, clad in protective plates. It glows with small apertures and lights. You approach the nearest entrance. Everything's bitten by rust, by decay. If the bars on the entrance weren't a clear enough indicator, it's obvious now this place is a prison. This place is a prison. The door scissors open, letting out a blast of warm air. You quickly duck inside and it seals rapidly behind you. The cramped interior passage glows warmly, but its ragged condition keeps it from feeling cozy. You follow the corridor, ducking beneath hanging wires and loose insulation. This is where you were told you will find Luz, or whatever her real name is. You come out into a communal mess. Counters and food preparation units fitted into the walls, cushioned stools and couches scattered around. A couple of contractors are stretched out in the space, one of them snoring loudly in the corner, another sipping from a food packet on a stool. Suddenly, a door on the far side opens out to the cavern, letting in a flurry of ice shards that quickly become scattered orbs of water. You watch the figure as they glide into the warm light of the interior with their dark hair and bright eyes, and know this is who you're looking for. You meet eyes with hers, and something sparks in that dull and cloying room. It's as if she recognizes you. Sleeper? She looks in a haze, her hair stuck to her forehead with sweat, her eyes still adjusting to the interior. I've been looking for you. You what? She squints. You see her scan you, taking in your clothes, the way you hold yourself, your face. For a moment, you feel exposed, aware of your damaged vinyl skin, your industrial markings, your doll-like features. You feel the familiar sense of being objectified, but also something warmer below it, a recognition of what you are. You got it! GG's, Altered! Congrats! Let's go! Are you gonna get the recolor? And which recolor are you gonna get? I'm debating... Oh, did you peepo sad swipe? I'm debating if I want to do... You paid 10, that's what I ended up paying. Mint donated it, but yeah. I'm debating if I want to get the recolor for it since it's new anyway. Like it's a new shiny skin. I almost want to get a recolor for like one of the older skins, but the pink and blue recolor is so pretty. He got the Luna skin. She blinks, exhales, and shakes her head, realizing she's mistaken. Give me a sec, all right? I just finished cutting 100 cubic meters of ice. She pulls back her hood. Haven't seen you down here before. They just contract you or something? The tension drops, but you get the feeling she isn't quite looking at you. She crosses to a food unit and pulls out a packet, slotting it into a warmer. She thumbs it on. First sleeper I've seen in a long while. She doesn't take her eyes off the slowly warming food. You'll do okay down here. I know you folks are tough and stick with a job. That's good. The rest I can show you once I've eaten. She laughs a little to herself. Hi, Dan. Welcome in. I'm going to save the recolor coin since it's brand new skin. Not going to recolor it immediately. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it's already like a new shiny skin. I'll enjoy it as it is. Like, I don't need to like immediately get the recolor for it. But I am kind of debating using it for either her Mireille skin or the Malice recolor. We'll see. I'm with your brother. My brother? She pauses, her eyes not leaving the warmer. I think you have me confused with someone else. You're not listening. She turns to face you, and you see a wet shine to her eyes. What are you going on about? You realize what you need to tell her. Seraphine is on Wellspring. The warmer chimes to let her know the food packet's ready, but she doesn't seem to notice. Seraphine? She takes a ragged breath and steadies herself. Here? Not here, at the cut. She nods and then shakes her head. Well, if he trusts you with his name, I guess I should trust you with mine. She comes closer. I'm Tala. She's... I don't know her, right? From the first game. Now where's my idiot brother? I'll take you to him. She laughs nervously. Sorry, this is not what I was expecting on my lunch break. Tala suddenly seems to take on some energy. She's a new character, okay. She glances towards the corridor behind you and the door at its end. I sure hope you have a plan, Sleeper, because they do not want us locked in contractors getting out. She moves towards the corridor. There's security in the shaft and then again at the pit head. You must have passed through the checkpoint at the entrance too. I doubt we can bypass all those. She turns back, grabs your food packet, smiles at you, and shepherds you towards the corridor. You could run a distraction, maybe. Or is Sarah on that already? You're slightly taken aback by her sudden change. We don't actually... A blaring alarm sounds inside the habitation module, loud enough to wake the sleeping contractor with a start. You and Tala exchange glances. Surely this can't be for you. Tala rushes down the corridor and tears open the door at the far end, with you following close behind. The ice scatters, glittering in the interior light. The cavern is in chaos. You see dark-suited Lodic security wrestling with contractors, lit by flashing red alerts. More contractors are coming in with the door, or through the door and the grill you entered from, carrying bulky equipment. Oh, I need to do something really quick. Okay. Never mind. I'm good. You ever just like remember something and you're not sure if you did it? Hee hee. Okay. Hi, Hi, Divine. Happy Friday. We made it, man. It's the freaking weekend. The equipment is blaring out a voice, Kirk's voice, echoing around the cavern. A look of panic crosses Tala's face. Welcome back, Zero. Did you take a nap? A general strike is now in effect. All contractors should down tools. All contractors should down tools and hold in place. Extraction will cease until our terms are met. Kirk's voice distorts and shifts. We've blockaded all traffic to and from Wellspring. We seek the resignation of the syndicate's leadership and for a new workers' council to be installed in its place. This cycle, we will shut down the shaft. Any worker not willing to strike should leave now. There's a screech of noise and the message begins repeating. Cleaning and shaved your head? Hell yeah, that sounds productive. You watch as the security are pushed back towards the grill. Outnumbered by the gathering workers, Tala looks at you for guidance. Now's our chance. Tala looks around the cavern, the red light reflecting in her wide eyes. She sighs, I need to stay. I won't abandon the others. What about Seraphim? Tell my brother what's happening. Tell him I'm not leaving until all of us are free. Tala backs away, glancing over her shoulder at the others. You see them gathering their tools and taking them to be locked away in the hab module. I need to see this through, Sleeper, and you need to go. Find Seraphim, do what you can from out there. Help us change this place. And with that, she turns and glides off towards the others. You turn and head for the grill as quickly as you can, the way now cleared by the contractors, the handful of Lytic security pushed back up to somewhere near the pit head. As you ascend, other contractors shooting you dark looks as you do, you realize you have to speak with Kirk. You find Kirk at the pit head, directing contractors to barricade the entry points to the mine. So, you took my advice. Good. Kirk smiles. We're glad to have you as an ally here, Sleeper. You could have warned me. The entirety of Wellspring is at stake here, Kirk shakes his head. This is not about individuals. The Syndicate was arrogant. They did not believe we could do this. Kirk gestures towards the contractors welding plating across the checkpoints. But we far outnumber them. Their monopoly ends here. Why do this now? The Syndicate's monopoly over the Belt's water supply has only been strengthened by the war. If we do not resist their exploitation now, it will be too late. Kirk leads you a little way from the contractors. If you want to free those like Seraphim's sister, I will need your help. We have ships, but not many, and the Syndicate still has tankers in operation. Our blockade is not complete. The debris field between here and the far spindle remains open. We need another tanker to occupy it and dissuade the Syndicate from trying to pass. All of our ships are in use, but your ship and your crew could help us take a tanker and secure the blockade. You want me to storm a tanker? This will not be an assault, Kirk puts a hand on your shoulder. The tanker, the Headstream, has been held outside Wellspring for many cycles. The crew's tired and sympathetic to our cause. We'll just give them a nudge. Your ship will pose as an in-distress trader trapped inside the debris field. When the Headstream is obliged to rescue, we will board and encourage the crew to take control. You want to incite a muting? Trust me when I say their captain does not deserve his charge. This is a liberation. Kirk folds his arm across his chest. Will you do it? I'll consider it. Consider your options carefully, Sleeper, he smiles. Do you think the Syndicate wants anything to do with you now? They've been watching me, and so they know about you. Suddenly, Kirk puts 2 fingers in his mouth and blasts out a shrill whistle. A contractor quickly approaches with a large box, the front marked by screens and dials, and the back by loose cables. You will need this HasNav unit to navigate the debris fields. He nods at the contractor. Jin's here will install it on your ship. Consider it a gift from our cause to yours. We got our tech. He nods once more and Jins passes by you, heading to the lift to the docking ring with your new module. I will provide the Headstream's coordinates. He moves away towards the contractor still working on the checkpoints, and I will wait for your word. You leave the pit head behind, your mind racing. You do not know how you have ended up in the middle of all this, but you know that it will be up to you to pilot your way out. Sleeper, Seraphim comes up the passage towards you. What's happening? I heard the pit head's going to be taken over by Kirk's guys. This, you realize, will take a lot of explaining. Okay. So we gotta complete the contract. I really need a way to make money. We did. We got the tech. We found his sister. I'm just getting so low. I'm like getting worried. I just keep spending money and not getting any more. Hey, I got 8. Another 8. Book. This is so expensive. I'm hoping we get paid. Will we get paid for this contract? Like, I'm not making any money. All right, here we go. The headstream looms large in the cockpit windows as it comes to a stop. Can't believe you talked me into this, Seraphim sighs. This is not a good plan. Everything is expensive in space. Convincing Seraphim to take Kirk out to his Lodic freighter wasn't exactly easy, but with the pit head on lockdown, there really weren't any other options. A voice crackles over Seraphim's terminal, loud enough to hear, but quiet enough that you can't pick out what's being said. What are they saying? Seraphim glances back over her shoulder at you. They're telling us to prepare for docking. He swallows nervously and turns back to the console. Good, keep them talking. You look behind you to see Kirk floating by the doorway. Seraphim flicks the comm switch and begins speaking to the Lodic ship, thanking them for responding to the distress signal, trying his best to play the part of the nervous trader suffering an engine failure in the debris field. Kirk jerks his head for you to follow him into the corridor, and you unclip from your seat and float out behind him. If it's okay with you, I'm gonna play the captain on this one. His flat stare suggests he isn't asking for permission. Is this going to work? Hi, Momo. Kirk shrugs. If we keep calm and take it slow, there's nothing to worry about. Let me tell you how this is gonna go. He starts moving down towards the airlock, and you follow as he talks. The headstream's been holding here, cycle after cycle, while Wellspring tried to quash our little rebellion. He smiles at the idea. Now, the blockade is in effect, well, they'll know they have to hold out for longer still. While the messages from Lodic operations get less and less frequent, he stops by the lockers, swapping his Lodic uniform for an old flight jacket. This is a ship full of tired, unhappy, underpaid, and underfed workers. You both arrive at the airlock. We just have to nudge their anger in the right direction. There's a hiss at the airlock cycles. Lodic are coming aboard. Kirk catches your eye and gives you a wink. Hi, Todd. Welcome in. Lambert. The airlock door scissors open, revealing a drained-looking Lodic captain flanked by security officers. Lambert, captain of the Headstream. He presents himself immediately, but with little enthusiasm. We've been in communication with your pilot, and are docking as requested to provide support. He looks between you and Kirk, his eyes lingering on you a little too long, no doubt taking in the strange vinyl skin, dark glowing eyes, and doll-like face of your frame. He directs his attention to Kirk. How fares your crew? Thank you, Captain. You notice the immediate change in Kirk, his deflated posture and softer speech. We're surviving as best we can, but now that you've come to our rescue, he sighs and holds out an eager hand to Lambert. We're very grateful indeed. Lambert limply shakes Kirk's hand. Not to worry. The Lytic Syndicate takes its stewardship of Wellspring and the surrounding environs seriously. It's our duty to offer aid to traders and travelers alike. I'm afraid we don't have much to offer by way of supplies. Our stores have been depleted by our long posting here. But your crew is free to enter our ship and make use of its facilities while you make your repairs. Kirk continues playing the submissive captain, nodding enthusiastically and uttering a stream of thank yous. You feel like he's pushing it a little, though Lambert only seems to be paying the minimum of attention to him. Suddenly, he turns a sharp eye to you. Your pilot didn't mention you had a sleeper aboard. Stay silent. Yeah, they're selling Labubu's. Kirk quickly responds, apologies, they're such a good worker and quiet too. We sometimes forget they're even here. Perhaps if your ship is in need of maintenance, you can borrow them for a few cycles? Lambert eyes you more brazenly now, taking Kirk's lead as permission to indulge his curiosity. Yes, his eyes trace a tear in the thick skin of your forearm. Perhaps it could be of use to us. Kirk smiles. I will send them to speak with your crew. I am sure they can direct the sleeper to appropriate tasks. Oh, they'd love that, Lambert jokes. They're a work-shy bunch, this lot. I'm sure they'd be eager for a slave. The word sets you on edge. Stay silent. We're happy to serve, Kirk bows. After all, we owe you our safety. Very good. Lambert seems suddenly bored or tired, or perhaps both. Tell your crew they're free to cross the docking tunnel then. He pauses, but remind them that no funny business will be tolerated. He smiles a sharp smile. I have matters to attend to, Lambert turns. See you later, Captain. And with that, Lambert heads back down the tunnel, still flanked by his two silent security officers. Kirk waits until he's out of sight to turn to you. Good. He lets out a breath. Well held, sleeper. I thought from the look in your eye you were gonna knock him out. He chuckles. I'd love to. I bet. Kirk stares down the corridor, but don't you worry. We're going to pay him back for all that very soon. Kirk squeezes your shoulder. Shall we go meet this crew? See what their opinions are on Lodic's administration? He smiles broadly. With a captain like that, I doubt they'll be very positive. Okay. Discuss the war. That's always a great topic. Tamper with payload. Debate Wellspring. Situation on Wellspring's untenable. You need to get the nav techs to realize that on their own. Falsify data. Sabotage engines. Headstream mutiny. Turning each section of the crew against their captain is a job, and it isn't going to be an easy one. Oh boy. What do we want to do here? Lane. Yeah. I guess I'll try this. Okay, I'm not gonna risk I'm not gonna risk. We'll just end this cycle. I like this music. Ooh, we got really good dice. Let's go. Hachim Cruz started sending updates on the growing tension, so Wellspring, this is trouble. Okay. Guess what I needed didn't lead to anything. Book. Oh, they all contribute to this? Interesting. Okay. Next. Not great. Yikers, my dude. Hi, Scourge. Bruh. This is awful. This is, very stressful. I don't know what to do. While starving, you gain 1 stress per cycle. Okay. Fuck. Please, 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 please. Positive, positive, positive. Okay, okay. Positive, positive, positive or neutral, positive or neutral, positive or neutral, positive or neutral. Okay. Kirk rushes into the bay you are crossing. It's all kicking off, Sleeper. A wild glee is in his eyes. Lambert's lost control. He guides you through the headstream, a ship you have become surprisingly familiar with over the past few cycles. Perhaps it's the influence of getting to know the crew and their complaints around Lambert and the Syndicate, but its twisting corridors, thick pipes, and cold metal have taken on an oppressive feel, cycle by cycle, hour by hour. Now, as the shouts of conflict echo down the corridor ahead, where a room glows with warm light of the galley, you feel that oppressive pall being scraped away, replaced with some new and exciting quality. Enough! Lambert's shout echoes like a shot as you enter the crowded galley. From what you can tell, more than half the crew have crowded into this space and are clumped around, some perched on the side units. I order you to return to your stations. Lambert floats slightly above the crowd, his hands held up to a gesture of futile calming or nervous surrender. You see him glance over his shoulder, and tracing his view, you see security officers tensely gathered at the back of the room. Warn Kirk. You turn to Kirk, ready to indicate the mass security, but you're met with a wide smile that makes you pause. Just wait, Kirk winks, and you turn to see security moving through the crowd. If you will not retreat willingly, I will have no choice than to use force. Lambert's voice breaks with anger. Disperse. You watch as the guards form up behind Lambert, and then one moves forward and grabs him, forcing his arm behind his back. The act is met with a raucous cheer from the assembled crew and a yelp from Lambert himself. He's forced through the crowd, who part and cheer, heading directly for the corridor from which you entered. When Lambert's close, Kirk nods to the security officer holding him, and they stop. Lambert looks up in confusion and stares directly into Kirk's grin. You're officially removed from duty as captain of the Headstream, on the authority of the Wellspring Workers Alliance. Kirk's tone is direct and clipped. This is done with the authority of a majority ballot of your crew. Workers Alliance, you have no authority. You're pirates. Lambert spits at Kirk. There will be consequences. On that, we agree. Kirk nods to the security officers, and they wrench a struggling Lambert from the room. Hi, IU. Thank you. Welcome in. I don't think I've ever seen that. Kirk watches Lambert go, determination set in his heavy brow. I underestimated you. They underestimated all of us. Kirk puts a hand on your shoulder. They always do. Lambert can enjoy the hospitality of his own brig. Kirk pats you on the back. We have a celebration to muster. The galley erupts in liberated joy, and soon drinks and food are passed around from a stash Lambert had been asking the quartermaster to keep back for his own use. You settle on a counter and look on as the crew celebrates. You watch as Kirk moves effortlessly through the room, giving and receiving thanks in equal measure. Despite his intimidating appearance, you see in him something softer coming to the surface, something reserved for those he has struggled alongside, fresh allies or old friends to him. I can see the comparison. Let me see. I never see the comparison when people tell me I look like somebody. Ursula Corbero? I can like maybe see it here if she had, I don't have brown eyes. I could like maybe see it there. We do have like a very similar like mullet going on though. Here. I could see it. I don't think I look like her, but I could see the like, you look kind of like her, especially because of the haircut. A little bit, yeah. Money Heist was peak Netflix from a good few years ago. Was it? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this. It looks cool though. I like the aesthetic. I might have to watch it. I might have to check it out. After the celebrations have died down and the crew have retreated to make plans for supporting the blockade, holding out on what they have, Kirk approaches you. Not toasting the victory, he offers you a transparent bag of shit-brewed moonshine. To the crew of the Headstream, to the fall of Lotic. To the crew of Headstream, to the fall of Lotic. Kirk smiles. May it be heavy. I think it's time we return to Wellspring. He looks off towards the last crew members leaving the room. We've done our job. Say the word. I'm just the pretend captain, Kirk smiles. That ship out there is yours to command and everyone knows it. You suddenly notice how exhausted Kirk looks, his eyes dark and hooded. He looks down towards the scuff floor. You did well here. He smiles weakly. We certainly stirred something up, he pauses. I don't want to overthink it. Lambert's right. Retaliation will come. He looks around the room. I hope they'll be ready when it does. He sighs a heavy sigh. Kirk takes a deep breath and lets it out slow. The struggle goes on. He pushes off from the counter and heads towards the docking bridge. You take a moment before you follow, your mind drifting to the crew and the struggle they have ahead. As you do, a small and perhaps unfair part of you thinks, well, that's life in the belt. Sheesh! Inspire a peaceful mutiny on the Hellstream, or whatever it was called. We did it! Yeah, I will definitely have to check it out. All right, we had one Lotic stress left before we failed this. That was really tough. Having to do all three and then also getting the alerts in the meantime. Yeah, that was a bit stressful. The cut thrums with tension. This steaming city and its brash inhabitants have quietened. Not to silence, but to a low rumble of conversation. The blockade is holding, the syndicate is waning, and everywhere there are plans to be made. You and Seraphine float idly in Chasm Row. Many stories deep in this wound in Wellspring's side, waiting on Kirk not far from the first place you met, a meeting Seraphine still has lingering bruises from. Kirk is inside somewhere, and like every other Lotic contractor, he's making plans. Even before you arrived back in Wellspring, he had hijacked the rig's transmitter to speak with his fellow conspirators and make arrangements for his arrival. Watching Kirk's plot unfold made you realize that, despite your involvement, in the end, you're just a subsidiary part of the struggle, a chaotic outside actor, with effect but no real influence. Now, waiting for Kirk's return, you feel a little solace in that. You aren't ready to be dragged into another struggle. Not yet. You still have your freedom to win, and looking at Seraphine next to you, you know that he does too. All right, we're on. Kirk comes out of a passage nearby, nodding to the two of you to follow. Hi, Sam. How's it going? How you doing? He leads you both into the Rhyme Market passageways, this time not to the steaming market hall that lies beneath the deepest streets, but to a cramped room, walled with pipes and rusted panels. Just a little longer, he nods to you both. Hold here. He exchanges a serious look with you before pushing off and gliding back out the room. You watch Kirk go, your relationship having settled into a quiet and mutual respect. His eyes are on bigger things now, workers' councils and contract negotiations, and you know that. Oh, did you? Are you doing okay? I had dying from not being able to eat regular meals. Yeah, dude, I can imagine. My whole time with getting my wisdom teeth is kind of a blur. I don't know if this happens to you. Did they put you to sleep, for starters, I guess? Because they put me to sleep. And anytime I go under anesthesia, my memory is like very hazy around that event. So I don't remember too much, but I do remember I had all 4 of mine removed at the same time, and it was terrible. Like, I remember waking up and just like, I woke up from the first night and there was blood all over my pillow. With my wisdom tooth, he just yanked it out. Really? Yeah, they like put me under anesthesia for mine. I forgot her name, but someone said I look like her. I was awake during it, but completely numb. Yeah, I only had 2 removed. Yeah, dude, I woke up and it was just like a murder scene on my pillow. It was just blood. I was like, oh, well, guess that pillow's trash. It was. And I think because like, I think at most doctors, you have to like disclose like any medication you're taking. And I think at the time I was on antidepressants. And so I think they assumed that I was like anxious, like which I am, that's a correct assumption. But I remember they gave me, when I got there, they gave me 2 pills. I don't know what they were, but they're like, these are gonna help relax you. And I was like, okay. So they gave me like 2 pills. I don't know if they were like some form of like Xanax or something, but I remember sitting in the waiting room and I remember I was like leaning so far forward that the receptionist came out from behind her desk and like pushed me back on the couch and she was like, you're okay. Like whatever they gave me had me feeling real good. So they drugged me up and then they also like put me under. So I felt nothing. Like I was Gucci for my wisdom teeth. I only had 3. Yeah, they knocked me the fuck out. So yeah, I think it just depends if like they're impacted or not. Lorazepam, yeah, maybe. So they gave you ibuprofen and perks, yeah. And then the only thing afterwards I remember is waking up to my pillow being super bloody like the first night. But after that, like I don't remember anything. I don't remember the pain. I don't remember having to eat soft foods. Like it's just, that memory is gone. I just got ibuprofen. They just like tapped you on the back to like, have a nice day. Hi Haven, welcome in. I had all 4 taken out, stayed awake, got numb to oblivion, Tylenol, then watched Ratatouille until it was over. I'm glad they knocked me out. I don't think I would want to be awake for that. But yeah, I was knocked out for mine. But hopefully you're not in too much pain, Sam, and you can eat regular food again soon. I think you can't use like straws and stuff too, right? Like you can't, they don't want like suction, if I remember correctly. So that's always a pain because then you can't really even drink like a smoothie or something either, unless you just like gulp it. But yeah, that whole time was kind of a blur for me. Don't want to dislodge the clot. Yeah, exactly. Which, yeah, like I don't know what dry sock it is, but I don't want that. That sounds bad. That sounds very, very bad. You watch Kurt go. Oh wait, I read that one. Okay. Perhaps one cycle ahead, you will find a moment to drink together once again and discuss everything that has happened. For now, Kirk has other things on his mind. Seraphin settles again. You shoot him a look, but his focus is elsewhere. His eyes glazed over. You fold your arms and wait. Sarah? Tala enters so quietly that, in the dim room, you barely notice her. You get dry socket. Yeah, exactly. She shoots you a look and a smile as she enters. Thank you, she mouths silently and then turns her attention to her brother. Tala, Seraphin says her name like a sigh, like an exhale. He's shaking his head, his eyes already shining with uncontrollable emotion. She rushes across the room, flying into Seraphin at speed. They embrace, softly spinning in the dust and dark, their fingers dug into each other's backs. They separate, a couple of pristine spheres of briny tears spinning away through the air as they do. You're safe, Seraphin nods, taking a breath. I'm safe, she smiles reassuringly, settling him. And in the settling, this gesture of care, you see a whole network of signs and secrets. Tala is the calm to Seraphin's storm, the big sister who eases his heart. Hi, Ghostface! With all 4 teeth, or was it more that they might as well? I don't remember. I think they were definitely... I feel like there was an issue. I remember having like some pains where I think they were trying to break through the gums. So I think, and then I think also they impact like your teeth moving. So I think they were like, we need to just take all 4 out. So I was like, that's fine. Cause I think it's also one of those things where it's better to just do them all in one go. So I just shuddered at break through the gums. That's what teeths do. She looks him up and down. You're so big, Sarah. She laughs at her own statement. You've grown up. She tries to make it sound approving rather than patronizing. You're just the same, sister. Seraphim shakes his head, calling me big but making me feel small. The moment the statement leaves his lips, you feel a chill in the room, and you aren't sure if he meant it. Tala flinches a little, hurt, but not wanting to show it. I came to find you, Tala tries again. I needed to find you. Seraphim looks torn, and you see in him something you have come to recognize, the slow and careful raising of his defenses. Why now? He looks away. It's been a long time, Tala. Mom and Dad finally decide they want me to come home. A ripple of emotion runs through Tala, one she can't hide. Sarah, after you left, they're gone, she sighs. I thought you would have... She struggles to find the words. It's been a long time. It has. Seraphim sets his face into a stern look of control. But you know he's raging inside, and in this moment, you feel closer to him than you have ever felt in a while. Tala folds her arms, trying to regain a little control of the exchange. It's good to see you, Sarah. So good. You know what's coming, and you see Seraphim brace for it too. But I can't leave with you. She looks pained. This isn't easy for her either. Seraphim can only nod, a dulling acceptance washing over him. I wanted to find you, and I have. And I can see you're strong and well, and she shoots you a glance. You have your life here. But the people here, the other contractors, they were the ones who found me, who've kept me going since I ended up here, desperate and alone. She smiles warmly. It's not that I owe them, it's that they are my family too. She gently places a hand on his shoulder. I know you understand this, she smiles at you. We all find our families out here. Seraphim smiles a rare smile, his eyes wet. We do, sister. He embraces her again. They separate and Tala turns her attention to you. I know you'll take care of my brother, Sleeper, she smiles. I saw it in your eyes when you came to the pit head. She approaches and puts a hand on your shoulder. I can see you're building something of value on that ship of yours. I'll take care of him. I'm sure you will, she exhales and takes her hand away. She folds her arms again, her sense of control returning. There's a wisdom and experience to Tala that brings a certain calm to you, and you feel that now. Will you two be staying here for a while, or... Tala looks between you and Seraphim. Seraphim cuts in before you can answer. Not long, he smiles. We have our own freedom to find. Tala nods. Just be aware, you're free to pass the blockade, but after that, she sighs, Wellspring's going to be locked down for a little while, at least until Kirk can establish his council. Next time you come, she smiles proudly, this will be a very different place. Hearing Tala say this, you suddenly see the authority in her, and realize that one of those council seats may well have her name on it. You look between the two of them and realize they have years to catch up on, and they'd probably rather do that without you watching. You nod to them and slip out of the room, a lilting conversation starting up the moment you leave. As you follow the twisting corridors back up to Chasm Row, you smile to yourself at the thought of Tala and Seraphim reunited at last. You hope this whole adventure will make Seraphim a little less moody, even though you know deep down it'll probably make him worse. Sheesh, we did it. Yours were at 45 degrees? That's crazy. I actually can't get the lower ones removed at all because it would be a major surgery. Oh, that sounds terrible, Des. You had yours pulled back in 2011? Yeah, I think mine were pulled back in like 2009 or something like that. My only wisdom tooth came out at the back of one of the upper rows of teeth. Hi, Yaden! Welcome in! Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Being red too puts me to sleep so fast. I know, it's so like super cozy. I'm really sleepy too. Thank you for the raid, Yaden. I hope you had a good stream. What were you up to? We're playing a very story. It's just me reading basically. It's like an audiobook. So it's a very cozy game today. I'm actually probably gonna end here shortly. It's so much reading and my throat is so dry and it's a lot. This is like one of my favorite game series, but it's so much to stream because it is so much reading out loud. But I hope you had a good stream. What were you guys up to? I literally was chatting, doing some tarot readings for chat. That's pretty cool. I think tarot stuff is pretty dope. I know Fury does like little like tarot card redeems when you gift subs and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I'll go ahead and play the raid video for you guys. Enjoy. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. All right. Later in the cycle, Seraphim quietly comes back to the rig. He immediately settles himself in the cockpit and starts running diagnostics on the engines. He looks up as you enter and shoots you a smile. Good to see you up here, Sleeper. I'm getting ready to head out. How are you doing? I'm good, Sleeper. Really good. He flicks a sequence of switches. Sleeper, Seraphim turns to face you. Thank you. He smiles. I appreciate you bringing us all the way out here. I won't forget it. Will Tala be okay? She's found a place here and I'm really happy for her. He looks away out of the cockpit windows at Wellspring. She always was the responsible one, and I always was the one running away. I guess some things never change. Seraphim quietly watches the diagnostics complete, a subtle smile on his lips. One thing's for sure, we've been here too long. Seraphim meets your eye, and we've been seen by too many people. Wellspring may be far out of Utsubo territory, but I'm sure Lane will find a way to reach his nasty claws out here given enough time. Let's not give him the chance. Hey guys, Bliss's voice echoes up the passage into the cockpit. They lean in the door, looking between the two of you. 2 contractors just dumped a load of fuel outside our ship. Said it was a gift. Thank God. Oh, thank you. It's been short for a while now. My last haircut was a couple weeks ago, and I definitely went a little more like choppier. But yeah, I've been rocking the like mullet wolf cut for a little bit. I like it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we got free fuel, man. You and Seraphim look at each other. Gotta be Kirk. Seraphim gets up. It's either a thank you or his way of telling us to get going. Seraphim kicks off and glides out of the cockpit. Hey, so, Bliss smiles. Well, you two have been busy, so have I. Been looking at the rig's drive, and I reckon it's due an upgrade. We'll need engine components, quite a few, so keep an eye out, Bliss shrugs. Shipyards tend to be a good place to look. Shipyards, got it. Right, Bliss sighs. Better go help Seraphim with that fuel. As Bliss leaves the cockpit, you find yourself lost in thought, considering your next step while the icy expanse of Wellspring glitters below. Sheesh, you are free to leave Wellspring. You now have HasNav unit installed. You can freely travel through debris fields on the belt map. Hell yeah. Oh, thank you, Yaden. I appreciate it. Ooh, and we got skill points. All right, so we're the highest in engineer. I think I either want to do interface or intuition. It's so like weird to like decide because like, I don't know that there's really like a bonus to any of them. Like, is there a rhyme or reason to picking these? I feel like it's just kind of RNG what options you're gonna get in the moment, you know? Like, I don't really know that like one shows up like more than the others. Based on your crewmates and what strengths they have. True. Is there a way to look without being in a contract? Is there... How do I... Okay, so Junie is interface and Bliss is intuition and engineering. My eyeball just made a really weird noise, dude. I don't know what Seraphim is, or if we'll ever even use him again. So maybe I do endure. Because neither one of them really had endure. Right? Yeah. I feel like Seraphim is endure. Yeah, I'll do endure. Nice. All right. Have more of this. I need to fix my dice. We have plenty of fuel. Hell yeah. Strategic as ever. We really need to get somewhere and make money. We might need to go back to the spindle for a little bit and just make money for a couple cycles. Oh, I am starving. Both figuratively and in game. Oh, that's engaged. I can't even do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we just go back to the far spindle. The rig glides safely through a debris cloud, the cockpit empty apart from you and Seraphin. So, Sleeper, I've been thinking. Seraphin gives you a sly look over her shoulder. I've been thinking, I'm sick of running. We didn't exactly choose it. Maybe that was true when we first got out, sure, but I think we've been choosing it since. I mean, even if we want to keep going the way we have been, we've run out of belt. Beyond Wellspring, it's mostly rocks and emaciated scavengers. And while I'm a city boy at heart. But not only that, Seraphin meets your eye. We've been building something here, Sleeper. The crew, the ship, he smiles. Hell, we just got this HasNav suite for free. He thumbs the new unit on the top of his flight console. Hi, Evan, happy Friday. What I'm asking is, how do you feel about taking Lane on? You want to go to war with Utsubo? Not war, he smiles, but something else. You've seen what's happening in Wellspring, what Tal is doing. He shakes his head. Kirk's a fool, but he's onto something. Get on the inside, organize, undermine. That I can get on board with. Sounds risky. I'm sure it is, Seraphin smiles. He's enjoying this. Just think about it, Sleeper. We find a way back into Darkside, quietly. We make some connections, we start something running. He turns back to his console. It'd be one hell of a thing. Utsubo are ruthless. The way they run Darkside, there's gotta be plenty of people fed up with them, Seraphin shrugs. And they've gotten worse under Lane. Worse since they pushed the other gangs out. You smile and shake your head at how fast Seraphin can bounce back when he wants to. And as you do, you can't help but consider his plan. Look, maybe it's crazy, but we need a safe harbor either way. I've got a connection in the scatter yards. He'll tuck us away, keep us quiet from everyone. You see Seraphin has his coin in his hand and is turning it over between his fingers as he speaks. If we want, maybe he can help us get into Darkside. But even if we don't, it's a good place to rest up and make a plan. He turns back to the controls to deal with a rapid beep from the new HasNav unit. The scatter yards. You've heard of them. They have a reputation as a fiercely independent set of shipyards, just Starward of Darkside, a hiding place right under Lane's nose. If you got things to do elsewhere first, go ahead, but the moment we're back in this wash, Lane will be looking out for us. Seraphin turns his focus back to piloting the ship. As you watch debris flit past the ship, you turn your focus to what's ahead. Okay. I saw it. Seraphin comes charging into the bunks. I actually saw it. He's wild-eyed and his breath is ragged. Saw what? Seraphin takes a moment to catch his breath, suddenly aware of how frantic he sounds. He squints at you. Have you noticed how supplies have been going missing every so often when we travel? I have. You suddenly recall the mysterious mess that was left behind in the supply storage. Seraphin sees the flicker of recognition in your eyes. Des. So, after it happened a couple of times, I decided to keep an eye on our supply store. Seraphin lowers his voice. You know, check it from time to time. And just this cycle, I drifted down there really quiet, and he leans in, and whoosh, something flew past me. He shakes his head, knocked me right into the wall. Did you get a look at it? Nice, Des! GG's, dude. Hell yeah. Seraphin sighs. It didn't hang around, but it was definitely some kind of creature. Is there really a creature loose on the ship? You look around the berth, suddenly aware that something could be hiding nearby, tucked into the vents, perhaps? We know this thing likes supplies, right? Seraphin's also glancing around for hiding places. So we lock them down tighter, keep it out. That way it'll get desperate. And then, Seraphin raises his finger, it'll make a mistake. What are you talking about? Bliss leans in from the corridor. I can hear you all the way in the workshop. Hi, Patrick. I know. On a Friday, too, no less. It's crazy. Sorry you had a crazy day, dude. At least it's over. Seraphim saw the supply thief. Bliss looks between the two of you with a raised eyebrow. From the way you're talking, I'm assuming it's not human. It's something small and dark, something fast. Seraphim looks at Bliss. We're going to lock up the supplies to drive it out. I think it's a cat, because there was a stray cat in the first game. The last 15 minutes of the day, that's good at least. Heck 'em. Bliss looks at Seraphim. If it's an animal, we don't want to make it any more scared and desperate than it already is. How about we lock up the supplies but leave some out in special place? Try to bait it. And then grab it, Seraphim mimes the act. No, Bliss looks between the two of you. We show it that it has nothing to fear. We tame it. It didn't seem very tameable, Seraphim rubs his sore ribs. Plus, we've already wasted enough supplies on this thing. You want to give it more? Seraphim turns to you. What do you think, Sleeper? You look between the two of them, still processing the strange situation you find yourself in. Let's try to tame it. Seraphim sighs. What a waste. All right, Bliss nods. You have come down to the supply store every few cycles and put out some more food. That way it won't get desperate and do anything dangerous. And I'll lock the supplies up tight. Seraphim folds his arms. It won't get into them anymore. The plan's set. Bliss and Seraphim leave the berth, heading in separate directions. You watch them go. It seems your ship has a stowaway. The question is, how will you deal with it? Cute. Seraphim's convinced the creature is stowed away in the rig and is stealing supplies. He wants you to help him find it. How do we actually, like, do this quest? Oh, here we go. Rather than starve it, every few cycles you could leave supplies out for the stowaway until it's ready to reveal itself. Okay, I need to go buy supplies. I need money. Dude, I'm literally almost out of money. Wait, I don't understand. So am I hoping for a negative outcome here? Okay, where can I make money? Like, we need money bad. I think here. I think I can make money here, right? Hi, Lumi! How you doing? Okay, yeah, we can make money here. Hi, Persecutor. Welcome in. Oh, shit. This isn't... Fuck. I gotta go get these spores. You woke up from a fat nap? Hell yeah. I'm doing okay. Not too shabby. I'm very sleepy. I streamed very late last night. Do I not have any way of eating here now? That ain't good. I think I have to just buy supplies. And eat those. Well... This is really not good. Woke up very early, yeah. Oh wait, can I eat here? Okay, nice. Okay, I can buy food here. But I just spent all the money I just made. Okay, we made some money back. Not too shabby. All right. So, I think the next thing we maybe need to do is help Nimba get his spores. Nimba has a delivery of spores that is held up on Greenbelt. Help him retrieve it, and his refugee kitchen will benefit. Is this a super long? It says minor. Is this like a really quick quest? I'm gonna spend one more cycle here. Damn, those are really rough dice. Hi, John Kiwi. It's a cool one. Okay. I only have 24 cryo. Yeah, I really... This is bad. Where did I eat before? Here? I just don't like this timer. I know like it'll knock it down 3 notches when we leave, but it still makes me nervous. Welcome in. All right, I think I'm gonna spend, well, 110 should be okay right now. Maybe. I don't have any dice to sleep. All right, where are we going for Nimba? Here. Oh wait, it still says irradiated zone impassable. Do I have to, fuck, I gotta do this again? Hi, Vaunt. Ugh. I was hoping with our HasNav thing. You're in the cockpit with Seraphim when you hear it. Sounds like a muffled crash, an impact reverberating from the back of the ship, but there's a wetness to it, a spattering cascade that sounds like nothing else you've heard. The sound makes you rush to a corridor, and that's where you see it. A cloud of food packets and pieces spilling out into the corridor, looped around by the expanding, stingy shapes of liquid rations leaking from their pouches. What the? Seraphin's at your shoulder. The supply store! He pushes past and rushes through the corridor, batting away debris as he does. You follow behind, ducking under twisting arms of amber liquid on their way to spatter lazily on the interior walls of the passage. You find Seraphin in the doorway to the supply store, surveying the chaos. The crates have been smashed into each other with serious force and are spilling into the air, where the food whirls in some unseen current. How could the creature have done this? Look, Seraphin nods at a bent back vent panel under one of the crates, which is pumping out air with incredible force. It's the main life support feed from the air recycler. He goes over to it and inspects the panel. It's been clawed open. He points to the evenly spaced marks on the outside. There were some screws missing. He taps the empty holes. Can't have taken much to lever it open. Then you hear it, a shrill mewl from behind you in the corridor. It is the cat! Framed by the doorway, a cat drifts through the air, battling a food pouch. The stray barely acknowledges you as it moves past, angling its body to catch the droplets of liquid that are released from the packet. What the hell is that? Seraphin's hiss question comes from behind you. It's a cat. What's a cat? Seraphin says the word strangely. You both lean out of the doorway to see where the stray went. Hey there, girl. Bliss floats in the corridor, beckoning. They hold up their hands so the cat can see them. Not here to take those rations away, all right? You both watch as the stray twists balletically through the air, flexing as it floats and using its claws to catch one of the corridor's reinforcing ribs. Then it swings itself to the wall where it perches and watches Bliss with big eyes. The comfort of its movement is zero G is striking, and you realize you've never seen an animal navigate in microgravity before. That's a cat? Seraphin's watching quietly now too, fascinated by the creature. I thought they would be bigger. You've never seen a cat before? Where would I have seen a cat? Seraphin looks at you. Come to think of it, where would have you seen a cat? The question makes you pause. Where have you seen a cat? Not in the belt, not in zero G. You close your eyes and bring to the mind the faint image of a cat stretching in the sun. Somewhere warm, somewhere with weight, with gravity. You touch the fur of its back and it reacts, sliding against your hand. Careful, Seraphin's hiss warning brings you back. Bliss is reaching out to the stray. Shh, you'll scare her. Bliss makes a tutting sound. We had cats back on the eye, but they were in spin gravity here. The stray's big eyes watch Bliss's hand as it approaches. When they touch the top of her head, the stray does not move, does not react. Look at her leg. Bliss nods to the sleeve on the cat. She's been hurt before and taken care of. She's really scared. You see the cat is gently trembling with Bliss's touch, but slowly she settles and angles her head for Bliss to scratch her ear. The movement brings back the mysterious memory. What is its origin? Focusing on it makes your skin tremble, a shiver running up your arms. It's ruined all our supplies. Seraphin is looking back into the supply store now. None of this is usable. She tore open the vent and ruined it all. You can't blame her for that. Bliss is floating beside the stray now, gently petting her. We let her get desperate and she couldn't have known the vent would do that. That may be true, but we can't risk it happening again. What if we'd been on contract? Seraphin gives Bliss a reproachful look. We can't keep it. Bliss shakes her head. She's a stray. She needs a home. Right, Sleeper? We have to keep her, even if this means we're gonna get absolutely fucked on a mission. Hi, Dibs! I gotta keep her. Bliss smiles widely, unable to contain their excitement. You won't regret it. They look at Seraphin. Plus, the rig's already full of strays as it is. Exactly. I guess it is, Seraphin concedes. You have to feed her though, Sleeper. She's your responsibility. He eyes the stray. I never thought a cat could eat so much. Seraphin's right. Looks like you'll need to keep feeding the stray every few cycles if you want her to stick around. This is gonna be expensive. Cats are worth. Seraphin reaches out sheepishly towards the stray. As she does, the cat bats playfully at his hand, and he pulls it away. If you say so, he sighs. I'm not really used to animals. You watch as Bliss tries to get Seraphin to pet the stray properly, guiding his hand to its ears for a scratch and explaining how to approach her. As you do, the memory of that other cat runs through your mind. It feels like a raw wound, one that if you touch it will only bring pain. But you can't help but pick at it, knowing that it might contain some distant part of you. I got an achievement. Cool. Okay. So now we need to go to the next place. I need more fuel. Got my prime weapon I wanted. Almost got another free warframe during this grind. Sheesh! She's him. Is there anything else to do here? Can I make money here? Yeah, she's been grinding a lot, dude. Okay. All right. Okay, chat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave off here for today. I know it's a bit early. But yeah, my entire mouth and throat are so dry from reading. I've been trying to hydrate with water, but it only helps for so long. So I'm gonna go rest my voice. But we made some good progress. We got a really, really huge storyline done. So they do go hard. They're exhausting to have to read everything out loud, but I love these games so much. It's just it's a lot, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out for audiobook cozy time. All right, you guys. We do have movie night tonight too. If you're subscribed here on Discord, you are eligible to join for movie night. We're watching Funk's Redeem. There Will Be Blood. Never seen it. I ain't never seen that before. Oh, I just heard a little alien Harvey. All right. Yeah, we yapped a ton. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. We'll pick up where we left off next Friday with more Citizen Sleeper. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending Friday with me. Despite doing nothing but reading out loud for like 4.5 hours, stream flew by, man. It flew by. Oh wait, I got the Shy Ghost emote too. What the heck? I got it too. All right, you guys. Yeah, they did like 5 new hype trade emotes or something. We got it today, I think. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go drop you guys off with Fury. She is playing some Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think it was like part of her, I know she did some fundraising for her move, so I think this is like a redeem playthrough kind of thing. So let's go say hi over there. Fury's great. Definitely drop a follow. But yeah, thank you guys so much for chilling for Friday's stream with me. And I will see you guys tonight for movie night, and we'll be back on Booba Blade tomorrow. So yeah, come back for that. But yeah, I'm sorry for ending a little early. I just, between being super tired and so much reading, so much reading, my voice is just shot. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Sauce. I don't know about that one. But yeah, go show Fury some love, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for more Silver Blade. All right. Have a good night, you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.